Are there words?
What?
Yeah,
You don't know the words to blue?
This guy says blue.
Yeah, but then they're not. I don't know what you're saying.
Gobble do.
Tangled up in blue?
Dabba dee dabba die.
It's something like that.
It's not. If I were green, I would die.
It's not
I've
all
heard
those
that.
things that you hear as a kid and you don't know
Yeah.
the lyrics. because you
Misheard
don't have
lyrics.
It's also not
CD
like
case,
I'm
yeah.
in love with a guy. That was another one I've heard.
I'm blue. I'm in love with the guy. That one works.
It does. So does if I was green, I would die.
Yeah. If I was green, I would die. Yeah,
No,
I
it's
suppose.
none of those. Hi guys, welcome to the Blind Boy Podcast.
Hey,
How are you guys all doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
I'm blue.
Good.
Yeah, I'm a little blue. Trying to fix myself. Now I'm a little green.
No.
Sure, it'll be fun.
Careful trying to fix yourself.
Rick, you blew yourself for nothing.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, you get that reference now. Yes. Yes, Rick.
He's like Captain America. Calvin even got excited because he recognized it.
I love that show.
So I'm looking at like the most famous misheard lyrics, right? So there's like, money is for nothing and your chick's for free.
Yeah.
Dire Straits, but it's money is for nothing, chips for free.
Chips.
Free chips sounds great.
Well, it's about like gambling or something, isn't it? What about the one that is so misheard that no one understands, and then the new song even changed it, right? It's the wrapped up like a deuce, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Blinded by the light.
yeah, like that's one I remember. That was like everyone was, what was it? Something about like a douche. I forget what it was. I forget what the misheard lyric was, but I remember it being like the deuce was the issue.
Yeah.
So there's one from Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, which is spare him his life from this monstrosity, and that one is saving his life from this warm sausage tea.
Who the
That's
heck
warm
thought
sausage
that one?
Warm
tea.
sausage tea.
Is that like hot dog water?
I don't know, but I want
Carmen
to try
hates hot dog water.
it. Hot dog water.
Yeah.
What do you usually drink it?
I don't drink it. I put a little bit in the pan when I warm like hot dogs and brats up.
Okay.
And it like gives it that nice brown, rich like color and flavor and everything. And she just thinks it's the grossest thing.
You put the water in for the hot dogs?
Yeah.
Okay. So like, are you boiling the hot dogs? Or you just add it when you're like,
No,
frying them up?
I'm like, it's in a fry pan and I just put like, like a teaspoon or a tablespoon
Of water.
of the hot dog water in with
Why-
like
wait,
5 or 6 hot dogs
Is it hot dog water? Where are you getting this hot water from?
from the pack.
Oh, okay.
It's literally the hot dog water that like you cut open the pack and if you're not careful it like spills out and makes your counter sticky.
Okay. I usually like if I put it on the grill, I just pour that over top of them on the grill.
See that's kind of what I'm doing with the fry pan.
There's also sweet dreams are made of cheese.
Yeah,
That's a weird one.
from Cold Cell.
Yeah. I can see clearly now. Lorraine is gone. Man,
Lorraine.
they don't like Lorraine. Huh.
That's what,
Yeah, there's a whole list of these.
George McFly should have been singing.
You know what I learned today?
Laugh, Aaron.
What?
Or not
darn
today.
it,
I guess
I was
it
looking. I was
this
looking at
week.
another one that was a Bon Jovi song,
Yeah.
where it was, "Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa,
Whoa!
Squidward on a chair."
Who would have thought that it was Squidward? He wasn't even a thing when that song was written.
Yeah, I know, right? That's funny. Who was gonna say something?
Eric was.
Oh no, I just this subreddit that I subscribe to now called Mono Hearing, which is just like people that can hear with one ear, like relating to others, because it is kind of like one of those disabilities that you just feel like it's just you and no one else, because you're not really that disabled, but you're not really disabled at all, you can hear.
So he finally admits it.
But there's just like
he's not disabled.
Oh
at
no,
all.
I know. But there's just like these little subtle things that I don't know. Whenever I read someone talk about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that is a thing. But we talk a lot about when it comes to music, I just never really I listen to music. I've heard a lot of great songs and stuff, but I don't really get into music too much other than like maybe soundtracks or something like that.
We learned that the hard way during the Whiplash
I know.
reaction.
Yeah.
But there was this guy talking about how he had only become deaf in one ear over the last like 10 years. He was like 30.
Over
And he
the
talked
last
about
10
how he was
years.
so into music in the early part of his life, and then he lost his ear, and it's just like it just wasn't the same anymore. He's like, I can still
Not
hear
to
it.
Beethoven, Eric.
Well, yeah, but yeah, he had a great life.
I'm sure it wasn't the same for him either.
Yeah, he had a great time with it, Rick. But he just talked about how he still enjoyed music. He just couldn't get as into it because he felt like he couldn't get it to surround him like it used to.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that means. What does it mean to have music surround you? Like, I listen to music, but he said, like, the difference is now I can hear music, but I can't feel it anymore.
You know,
and I was like, that's interesting, because I really like music, but not so much that I, like, listen to it all the time, you know?
You know,
like,
you should get one of those.
as opposed to, like, a television show or a movie where I can feel more invested. I don't know.
I definitely feel different listening to a song with it in my right ear
Yeah?
or my left ear or both.
Okay.
So, like,
yeah, I
don't
get
know.
angry if it's only in one ear.
well, no, like, I'll do that a lot at home where I'll just have one earbud in.
Yeah.
Because I'm, like, working around in case Evie or someone needs to call me
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. And, like, depending on which ear I have it in, I get a different feeling from the music. And then it's a completely different feeling than I get if I have it in both.
Sure.
Well, it's a different side of your brain.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, like, I have, like, my phone set to mono now, so everything. It's not just like, well, I hope this song isn't mixed stereo, in stereo. But, yeah, I don't know. I read that. It got me thinking, like, I wonder if that's a reason that I never got as into music as, like, my brother or some of my friends, or if I'm just using that now as an excuse, and that's not the real reason, So I just thought that was really interesting. And
What
something
you-
I never thought about.
What you should do, like if you want to like try and feel music surround you, like that guy was saying, they make these like, I don't know, they're like bandoliers that have like vibrator motors and speakers built into them
Yeah.
that actually project the sound into your chest, and you can actually feel it. Like
You can
they,
feel the music.
You can feel the music. Like they developed it for like actually fully deaf people.
Yeah.
So they can feel the vibrations and the music through
Sure.
their skeletal structure.
Just
So that
hug
would
a
probably
subwoofer.
help you a lot. Huh?
Just hug a subwoofer.
Yeah,
Hug
but
a
that's
sub-
only one channel.
You need all the channels, Rick. All of them.
Yeah, you need surround sound. You need the Dolby
Yeah.
5.1.
Beethoven famously cut the legs off of his piano, put it on the ground, and then put his head next to the piano to compose.
Yeah. True. It's
Eric-
like in The Expanse, right? When they put their helmets
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, to feel the vibration to get the sound through. Eric, I started looking at a few more of these. Like, you guys know "Summer of '69" by Bryan Adams? Mm-hmm. It's like, I got my
summer of '69.
yeah. The misheard lyric is, "I got my first real sex dream," instead of six string.
Almost choked.
real sex dream.
And then the last two that I saw that I thought were really funny was another "Living on the Prayer" one, but it
Yeah.
doesn't make a difference if we're naked or not. Versus make it. And then the other one, which is the Beatles with Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, instead of the girl with kaleidoscope eyes, the girl with colitis goes by.
Colitis goes by. That's a good one.
Jeez.
And I was like, hey, Calvin can relate to this one.
I mean, yeah, I've had colitis and gone by twice.
Some of these are funny. I just don't know how true they are, or if it's some guy just making them up.
Right?
Like,
Yeah. Like, oh, what
like
sounds
the
similar?
from Greece. You're the one that I want. You're the one that I want.
Yeah.
You're the wobbly one.
I saw one of those on my list too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's real or not, but it
You're
was
the wobbly one.
It was
There's a moment where they wobble when they sing.
there is a moment when they wobble, but the line is shit. Where did it just go? It was, I got shoes. They're made of plywood.
I got shoes, they're made of plywood, and I'm losing control.
I can see that.
I can see that. There's in place of getting jiggy with it, there's kick a chicken with it.
What? I've never heard that one.
Kick a chicken with it. Na na
Na
na
na
na.
na na na. Na, 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 na,
I
na.
don't know. Should we be singing these kind of close songs and risk getting
I don't know.
DMCA'd?
The one I saw on a couple sites was the Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze, which was "Excuse me while I kiss this guy."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of kiss the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to find, because I'm sure they must exist. I'm trying to find misheard lyrics for "Tell Me Why," the Berserk opening.
Oh yeah, there has to be.
Yeah, because if you don't have subtitles,
I mean, there's
it's a
there's-
struggle.
Yeah.
There's
for
the
sure.
Xena Panda, or
Oh, yeah.
Duel the Fates
Xena.
one.
Total
Williams,
Total Xena
awesome.
Cyborg Panda.
Yeah.
Toto. Cena, Cyborg, Bender. Yeah, that's what it was, right? There was, oh, damn, what was it? I just had it and I forgot it because I was too excited about that one.
I know there was
Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza. I've heard
Tony
that one
Danza,
before,
I've heard that
right?
one.
That's when
instead of Tiny Dancer.
Instead of Tiny Dancer.
Tony Danza.
I know the Skyrim Dovahkiin song has been done over many times, but the shoot, there was another one. I just totally forgot it.
I don't know. There's lots.
There's lots and lots.
One I never heard of was this one. Was We Didn't Start the Fire?
Yeah.
We didn't start the fire. It was always burning, said the worst attorney.
This last one
makes
is
sense.
pretty funny. So it's I just died in your arms tonight must have been something you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's I just died in your barn tonight. Mustard, no mayonnaise instead. Those are good. That's fun.
I've definitely had to, like back in the days when CDs came with the lyrics.
Yeah.
I've definitely had to dig those out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
now you don't get CDs, but you can go to YouTube for the most part. But not
Yeah.
all those are correct.
Dude, before,
I found some of them. I'm like, hey, that's not the right lyric.
I remember being a kid, and they had the top 40 playing on the radio, and there's one song that I want to what are the lyrics, But I can't keep up, so I had to just wait until the radio starts playing it again, and then pick up where I left off in terms of writing out the lyric. The internet, before the internet, was a crazy time.
Yeah,
I think I did that with what did I do that with? Gorillas, maybe? I don't know.
maybe.
Yeah.
You guys know Losing My Religion?
Yeah.
Let's pee in the corner. Let's pee in the spotlight. Instead of that's me. Some of these I could definitely see. I'm like, yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
I did have the thought, man, someone needs to make a whole album about that. And then I'm like, oh, shit. That's Weird Al's
Weird
whole
Al.
stick.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
White and nerdy.
Hey, Rick, I found one for you.
Okay.
The ants are my friends, and they're blowing in the wind. Instead of the answer.
Oh, okay. The
The
ants.
the ants are my friends, and they're blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never had a problem with that one.
I mean, I've had them on the channel. Like, did you just say Bob Saget?
Yeah.
Well, I've been mocked endlessly
Note.
for thinking that Bill Goldberg's move was Sphere.
The spear. Hit him with the spear.
Yeah, but Spear makes so much more
It
sense.
does. It does.
I just thought it was a clever name.
Hit him with a spear. Yeah, the spear. Why the spear? I don't know.
Why not?
The dome.
Yeah. The walls of Jericho have nothing to do with trapping your legs. I mean,
I guess so. Oh man.
I don't know. I always thought it was about breaking them down. Like breaking the opponent down,
Yeah.
breaking the walls down.
I suppose. I guess I was thinking of someone just throwing a medicine ball. Oh, Spear.
Not even a bowling ball.
Nah, that's dangerous.
Medicine ball, which
Yeah.
can be heavier but padded.
It is bigger too,
Some of them are. Some of them are smaller. I don't know what those are called. Are they still called medicine balls when they're the small? They're this big instead of this big?
I suppose they're just different
Yeah, I
sizes.
think they come
right?
in ranges.
Yeah. It's still a weight. It's still a barbell or a dumbbell. It's just
Or a kettlebell.
it just has different weight, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
the bowling
probably.
balls are all the same size, even if they're different weights.
Yeah, but they're all bowling balls
Yeah.
until they're cannonballs. That's because they didn't drill the holes, Rick.
That's the only reason.
I think.
You can still use drilled bowling balls for cannons.
Yeah, you probably could.
I know there's a club out 15 Mile Creek near our house that has a machine gun shoot, and they have bowling ball cannons out there that they
Okay. I was like, there's no way this is going the way I think it's going. It's exactly going where I thought it was going.
shoot. Yeah.
Bowling
yeah.
ball cannons.
Yep.
There's a place I know. There's a club.
Yeah.
The Bowling Ball Cannon Club.
Yeah.
Do it all night.
Where the hell do you go, Cal?
Sometimes in the wee hours in the morning.
Hey,
You find these weird places that shoot
I shot a
bowling
50
balls.
caliber machine gun out there.
What are they
I
shooting
shot
bowling
all
balls at?
Cars.
Pins.
Out in the country, just
Giant pins there.
Just cars drive by, they just shoot at them. Now they've got wreck cars and stuff out there as target practice.
Cars.
Well, we got a lot of video game news this week.
A lot.
Before we get into some of the exciting stuff, I want to bring up a sad one. Jonas Neubauer, 7-time world champion of Tetris passed away. It was announced this week, but he passed away on the 4th.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Sudden medical emergency. He was under 40.
Under 40. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but within the last year, I got pretty into just like watching the competitive Tetris scene. And he was definitely my favorite player. He seemed like a great guy. Very welcoming, like into the community. He was sort of he was sort of phasing out in his competitive career, but moving more into like ambassador for the sport kind of thing.
I suppose once you win 7 times, like, give other people a chance.
Yeah,
That's a good number.
It's like Ryan Weber in the LCC.
I
Yeah.
knew you were gonna.
Like once you
bring
win
that up.
enough, it's like I'm gonna retire for a little bit, come back later or something.
Kind of how we felt. No, I'm kidding.
Let other people have a chance and win.
Yeah.
But you said 7 times, Rick?
yeah,
Sometimes.
Is it the
That's crazy.
same? Like the same Tetris, like old school Tetris,
yeah.
or did
NES
he ever?
Tetris.
Because like there's been other kind of Tetrises coming out.
Sure,
since then,
yeah.
so-
This is the CTWC, which is the Classic Tetris World Championships.
okay.
It's been going on for a long time. I don't think it's the exact same, but like way back when like the Wizard was coming out and stuff, like Nintendo had World Tetris Championships and things like that. I don't think it's been an unbroken continuation since
Yeah.
then, but the tradition is pretty long.
Yeah.
As far as like competitive gaming goes.
Gotcha. I watched that Tetris God skit you told me to watch.
Yeah.
And that shit is so true.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like you have to sacrifice. Well, I guess I'm just not gonna get one. So you mess up your thing, and then you get nothing but those line pieces.
Line piece.
Line piece. You're a cruel god. That was really good.
Squiggly.
Yeah.
Reverse squiggly.
That's what's so interesting about like classic Tetris. Like since 2001, I think they've introduced what's called the 7-bag rule, where like they will mix up a bag of the 7 pieces and dole them out randomly, but then they will mix up the bag of 7 again,
Yeah.
right? So like you'll get every single piece, and then you'll get every single piece again. They just might not be in the same order.
Huh.
But NES Tetris is not completely random because you can't really do completely random in coding.
Sure.
Number
But
generation.
it's
Yeah.
just much more random.
Yeah.
And like you might go 40 pieces. And
Like
not
I
see a line
imagine,
piece.
like with the one that's more predictable, you're able to like do math as you play it to figure out the algorithm
Yeah,
to
it's like-
know
it's
what
like
the
counting
best
cards.
strategy is. You know.
Well, you
Whereas
can-
when I'm playing Tetris, I'm barely looking at what's coming next. You know.
you have a much better sense of risk.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Like if you know there hasn't been a line piece in the last
Yeah.
3 blocks, you know it's coming.
You
soon.
can literally think 7 steps ahead if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get down to like you have 4, you know what the next 3 are. You just don't know
Yeah.
exactly which order, except for the one that shows you
Yeah.
the corner.
Gotcha.
Like,
Yeah, which the NES Tetris doesn't, right?
does it show you the next one on the classic one?
Shows you the next one.
Yeah, I
Next
thought so.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
I had only ever played the Game Boy Tetris. It stayed on my bathroom stand as a child, like, for years.
The Game Boy Tetris did.
Yeah. Yep. That and
But why?
there's a little like Yahtzee hand game that you could play. I play Yahtzee always in the bathroom. Yep. Again, before smartphones.
Yes, lots of things
Oh,
before smartphones.
That's
Uh-huh.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have smartphones to do whatever we do now.
Yeah.
We had Yahtzee.
You can read a book,
And
watch a YouTube video.
see, we also had like Connect 4 and Uno,
Mm-hmm.
Hearts. We had a bunch of those little like portable game console things.
You did those while you went to the bathroom?
Yeah. It was like leave them on a shelf near the.
I don't remember having anything when I went to the bathroom.
No books.
I don't remember anything. I can't.
Or you just sit there.
I know there's a picture of me when I was pooping, when I was real little. My mom took a picture
Why?
because I was
She like busting the door like take a picture.
no, I was like sitting on the toilet and I
Okay.
had the seat like over my back, like leaning down. I'm just sitting like this.
The seat over your back.
Yeah, the seat was like laying
It
down
was
on my
resting
back.
on your back, like
disgusting.
Like shelter.
Well, it was laying on my back because I was pooping. I didn't want the smell to come out, so I was trying to limit the smell. Apparently,
That's not how that works.
Calvin, I was a kid. Okay,
Even I knew that as a kid. There's a crack underneath the seat.
I also attempted swallowing water while I was peeing to see how quickly it went through. You
Oh,
know?
everybody's done that.
Okay, well,
That's just science.
Yep.
It's a kid.
Yeah.
Kid things.
That's
okay?
just natural curiosity.
That's something I don't know about my own body. I know there's a crack under the seat.
But I didn't have no.
Still gonna get out.
I didn't have a game that I was playing while I was doing it, so I can't imagine.
No
having
wonder.
any-
I was like, why did they take a picture? But no wonder to take a picture. Like, look what this kid's doing. He took a picture
Just
of it.
pooping without a game. Who does that?
It was the '90s,
Trying to poop like a turtle or something.
so I don't know. It was just. That's what I did, I guess.
Okay.
There's another picture of me in the bathroom, but I was like buried in toilet paper.
A lot of pictures of you in the bathroom.
Well, I was littler then.
There was one time that my
And,
parents
like,
came into the bathroom
This
and I
is
was
back in the day when it had to be developed as
yeah.
well.
Someone saw that.
It
I was-
had to be developed. You're right.
There was one
Man,
time I was
those
buried
people
in,
must
like,
have
baby
like
powder.
so many stories of like the photo developer, like at Walgreens, like here, you know, and then you do that kind of awkward thing where you go and pick it up and you know you don't look the person in the eye because of the pictures that could be on there.
Isn't that
Or
what like
Robin
1 hour
Williams
photo is
in
based
that 1
on?
hour photo,
Yeah.
and it's terrible.
Yeah,
I think it is. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
it's
I mean,
it's a horror movie, right?
Seinfeld did an episode on that, right?
Yeah, with George, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy gave a picture back to him. Oh, that was so good.
I mean, you could have anything. Embarrassing photos. There could be risque photos. It could be whatever. But you had to take them into like Walmart, give them to the developing
Yeah.
people. Develop this. Someone had to see it. They were putting them away. You know, printing them off, cutting them, whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
Do they still make disposable cameras?
They do.
Yeah, they do.
All right.
Like, well,
Like
Walmart
that
doesn't have
had
a-
to have like been an
What-
industry that just tanked.
I
Right?
wonder where you take them to develop them now, though.
I mean, I know
So back to
Walgreens still
Walmart.
has like.
Does Walmart
a-
still have one?
Walmart still has one.
Where?
Walgreens
You can do
definitely
it.
does.
Yeah,
Right?
you can do it at a lot of the pharmacies as well. But like,
Because I remember
mean,
in Walmart
it's
there was a
not like-
special area that was yellow for
Yeah.
Kodak or whatever, you
Yeah.
know. And
No, yeah.
you went in there, hey, all the camera stuff set up. You went up, yeah, I want to do this. They took it. You come back tomorrow, get your pictures, you know,
now they
or a few hours or whatever it would be.
now you just drop it off like at the there's like little kiosks there that you can like walk up to. You
Yeah.
can like drop your disposable camera in and like you get the pictures back like a couple days later.
Man.
How do they
Or
know?
like you can plug your old like point and shoot camera in and like download photos off of it and like print them off there.
Last time I remember disposable cameras was, it would have been, I think, 10 years ago, because I think it was my wedding. But there was a wedding I was at where we put a bunch of disposable cameras out for like the guests.
Yeah.
To like take pictures. And then like you collect them all together at the end. I think it was my wedding.
Yeah, I
You
remember.
think it was
that.
your wedding?
I think so.
According to Google, yeah, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS. Wow, hang on. This is People's Bank Theater. I can't take this seriously anymore. So this could all be wrong. I give up.
People's Bank Theater is
This can't be
photo
right.
developing.
Yeah, it's like where to develop film. And People's Bank Theater was like fifth on the list. I'm like, this
well,
can't be
that's
right.
because you had film in there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what it is.
Where to develop photos.
Oh, Calvin.
It's all
Where to
Google caching and search
develop
engine optimization and all this bullshit.
Photos.
Kendo Kade asked if anyone remembers developing their pictures from Pokemon Snap at Hollywood Video. I definitely remember.
I did
No.
not. I never did it.
I never
The
played
ability
Pokemon
to
Snap.
do that.
I remember it being a thing.
Wait, yeah, there was a machine. It wasn't a Hollywood Video. Where did we have a
Blockbuster?
machine
It was
at?
Blockbuster, I think.
Blockbuster,
Here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
remember
yeah,
that.
because we
I never
didn't
did it,
have
but I remember the
Hollywood
machine.
video, right?
And I
never
remember
did.
after Blockbuster was gone, like someone got like out of storage like one of those and sold it for like
A bunch of money?
like $15,000.
Wow. Awesome.
Yes.
I hope that guy installed it and like has an online site where people can send him
That would
the
be
stuff
cool.
and he'll send them back
Yeah.
pictures.
That would
Well, I
be really
wonder
cool.
what they're going to do this time, given that Pokemon Snap's coming out this year, and we don't have Blockbuster anymore.
I just
true.
you
can
could
probably
share
just-
it online and no one will care.
There's
Yeah.
still a Blockbuster in Canada, right?
What if I want to print them?
Now, isn't there still one out?
Take a
in,
picture with
like,
your phone.
Utah or something?
Alaska, maybe?
The last Blockbuster was in Captain Marvel. Isn't it still open,
I don't know.
or did it close down finally?
I don't know.
I feel like over the last like 2 years, I keep seeing like a poster, a picture pop up that says like the last Blockbuster that's still in business, but it's always different every time. So
Well,
Yeah.
you know what just went out of business
Because of like
this,
Howl's Moving Castle.
like over the last year? Like I think maybe this year. I can't remember. I saw it recently. Is Family Video?
Family Video.
They were still around.
Yeah.
Dang.
It started being reported. I saw it the other day where it was saying like Family Video was going out of business, and I was like, damn, I thought they were already out of business. You know, like I didn't know. But they posted, January 5th. They announced that they were going to be closing up Family Videos.
That's crazy.
So like 20 years from now, what's ubiquitous today that won't be around then?
And how the hell are we gonna know?
I don't know. Just guess.
20
Did you think we
years
were
You might
gonna
get it
have?
right. You might not.
Do you think that there was gonna
cable?
be this, Rick, when you were a kid?
Like-
I mean, I watched Star Trek.
You'll probably have like every house in America
How
will still
long?
have like a cable hookup, but no one uses cable anymore.
Will it all be Wi-Fi?
Maybe.
How-
How
say,
long
like-
from now?
Like 20 years?
I would
20
say
years? I
probably
would say 20
physical
years.
computer interface devices are probably going to be obsolete in 20 years.
Like
A mouse and keyboard. It's
Keyboard?
probably all going to be like virtual tactile. Like you control it all with gloves.
I hope
or
them
with
in movie theaters.
sensors and stuff.
I mean, I
see.
could probably think of some businesses that might not be around anymore. You know,
Yeah.
like because like that's one of the things. Like movie theaters, will they still
Well,
be
sure.
around or not? You know?
But like there was like Blockbusters and Family Video, but like all of that went away. Right?
Yeah.
Like an industry.
But I mean, are things going more digital where you're not going to be having like we're not going to be seeing Blu-rays and we're not going to be seeing video games on disc? You know, like is that going to be a thing of the past and it's all going to be digital? Because
So
it's been slowly moving that way more and more. And I know that was one thing when I worked at GameStop that they were worried about because it was moving more digital and more people were buying digital things, which meant they were not buying physical things, which means they didn't have anything to sell. You know,
So
Or you
they-
could come and
So
buy-
they went into doing other things like selling cell phones and
Well, think Geek. They bought them and started selling like toys and knickknacks and
Yeah.
statues and stuff. And
So you're saying that the giant bins in the middle of Walmart that have the $5 DVDs are a thing of the past?
it might be.
darn, I love
knows?
those. I love digging through those.
I mean, what happens when those movies turn into being like $5 movies you can just download online? You don't have to do any of that anymore.
What's the last physical movie that you've bought?
John Wick.
Over the
I think mine is Blu-ray of Big Trouble in Little China.
around October,
Good
I
choice.
think it was, me and Melanie and the kids went to the drive-in and we stopped at, I think it was a Target, and grabbed like some different snacks and stuff. And while we were there, they had some Blu-rays, and we bought the Addams Family movies on Blu-ray. And I was like, this would be good to watch at home for Halloween. We never watched it. They had the Cats movie on Blu-ray, and I was like, I kind of want to see this.
Yeah.
So we bought that. And there was one more thing they had, and I can't remember what it was. So there was 3 Blu-rays we bought there. Harry Potter, I think. I think we bought the Harry Potter Blu-ray like set.
The collection.
Yeah, I think that was the 3 things.
What
we bought.
about like?
There's only... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what about like companies that make like phones and not cell phones, like a good
Oh, you mean,
old
like,
fashioned hard
landlines?
landline phone? Like they have to be like just not selling as much, right?
They must be. I don't have a home phone.
I mean,
Yeah, no one has a home phone.
I haven't had a home phone in any place that I've lived after I moved out with my parents.
Me either.
like
Like that
offices are
has to be
still
like just
such.
almost disappeared.
Offices are still so. I mean, they have to have.
Yeah, but everybody's work
landlines.
from home now.
I mean,
Well-
that's also true, but
I do know that our phone section when I was at Radio Shack a few years back was very small
Yeah.
compared to what it used to be. you
Yeah, that's what
know?
I'm saying.
And it
I'm
was
not saying like
only
it's just,
like elderly people who would buy
Typically. And
those
sometimes
phones.
they'd be like, "Hey, I need a corded phone with this," and we would have like 2 or 3 like old people phones. Like I don't know
Yeah.
how else to call them. They
They were like the extra big buttons.
they were like huge buttons with big numbers written on them, so
Yeah.
you could see the handsets there. It lit up as well when it rang and stuff.
And
You know,
it had like 3 different like volume settings,
Yeah.
like loud, extra loud, ultra
yeah,
loud.
there was loud, half deaf, full deaf. You know, or
Yeah.
like it just was. Like we would have to test them and show them, like, look how loud it is, like, and it was so loud.
It was like people would stick their head in the door and like, is the alarm going off?
It was crazy. But we had like, that was our main customer base for phones.
Yeah.
Was elderly. You know.
Yeah.
Now, like, there's no cell service in my parents' house.
Yeah. So you need like a home phone there, then, right?
And I also can't call them when it rains, either.
do you think in 20 years we have like magazines and newspapers still?
Do we still have them?
Will
Yeah.
Will
Yeah.
they still have them?
I guess People's News is still open, right? Like,
Yeah.
I drive
Daily
past
Mail.
it almost every day
Me
for
too.
work, and it says, like, open since 1953 or
I
whatever.
know.
I'm like, man, you're probably counting your days.
Right? Like, my sister used to work there as a part-time job, and she said like 90% of the people that came in and bought stuff were just the guys looking for porn.
Yeah.
And now porn's free.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they do well. you
I
know?
imagine
I
it was-
still
it
see
was
old
porn and
guys
cigarettes
walking
for a
out of
while.
there with a brown paper bag.
Yeah,
like-
some guy,
like,
you know,
looking around.
it's part of
like,
the hunt.
clutching
You know,
it
it's like why I
to his
don't like to
chest.
buy toys offline.
Yeah,
I can't believe I
It's
found
it probably
collectors.
is. It probably is
Yeah.
the hunt that they go for.
They don't make this one anymore.
I mean, I imagine energy will be a little different. I mean, coal has been going down for a long time. Like, actually mining coal, I don't know how much longer it'll be. Will it be another, give me another 20 years, I mean, it sucks. Like, my dad's company, like, relies on the coal industry, but he's like, when I retire, that might be it. I don't know if I'll be able to sell it. So.
Yeah, true. It's possible. A lot of that will probably change.
Yeah.
I could see maybe more things trying to go solar or more green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be good to see that.
Source.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else is going to be gone.
So you need to find a way to fuel humanity through porn.
I feel like it's already
Every
happening.
industry is already driven by porn. Like, you don't think VR was made only for gaming, do you?
No, they pushed the limits of that so that people could watch porn in VR.
Porn is the George Lucas of
that's how we got
of
robots.
VR technology.
Yeah, no.
Robots all started with the porn industry.
Yeah.
Like, you give the porn industry a problem, they come up with a solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have the, like, encyclopedia man come to your house?
Yeah.
I remember
trying to sell encyclopedia, like a set of A to Z encyclopedias. We did too.
We own some of those.
Like, that's, as soon as you buy it, it's immediately outdated. And there's no way that they can compete with, like, Wikipedia.
True.
So that's got to be gone. Like, can you buy a set of encyclopedias?
Probably.
You can buy.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure there's very prestigious companies who still manufacture and print, like, up to that second date.
Like, there's a World Book Encyclopedia 2018. It's
18?
the last one.
They gave up that long ago?
Yeah, 22 volume set. $800 if you buy it now.
Yeah, two of my grandparents had full sets of encyclopedias.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, reading them and it's talking about, like, the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's a little old.
Here you go. The World Book Encyclopedia.
Although,
maybe that's
to
kind of
be
like
fair,
it.
since history always
800?
repeats itself, they'll be back in tune again someday.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that was one Melanie just discovered, was that the kids didn't know what a dictionary was. Because when they don't know what a word is, you know what they do?
Google it.
Or they just go, hey, Google, what's whatever mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
they
the
don't even
thing.
have to type it in. Like,
So-
I'm sure spelling has gotten way worse.
Shut up, Google!
Oh, so you're guilty of it,
Damn
too.
it, Aaron. My phone's beeping.
But yeah, no. So I was talking to them like, yeah, we've never used it before. I'm like, oh, okay. So would you say that a dictionary is obsolete? And they're like, huh? I'm like, look it up and let me know if I'm right. So they had to like try to look up obsolete in a dictionary.
I mean, not just encyclopedia salesmen, but I think door-to-door salesmen in general probably
Oh, yeah.
have bottomed out.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably a lot more efficient to, like, shoot out, like, a wave of emails or like,
Once the
mailbox
Mormons discover the internet,
stuffers or something like
it's going to be a
that.
problem.
I remember, like,
I think I got other people's Googles to start.
Did you?
He was like, damn it, Aaron, you got me.
Yeah, that happens.
Funny.
Yeah, like the Swans guy would come to the house. I think I
the
see the
Swans man?
Swans guy every once in a while.
You know
still.
what?
yeah,
I don't
sure.
see him going to houses anymore. I just see him sitting like on a corner
Yeah.
and like waiting for people to come to him or something. I don't know what he's doing.
No, he's eating the food.
They're
I
selling
don't
drugs
think
now.
they're
I think.
frozen.
That would be
Calvin.
a great way to sell drugs.
He heats
Would
them
be,
up on the
yeah.
engine block.
I think so.
And then, like, yeah, people would come and try to sell, like, magazine subscriptions. But
Yeah.
I think both the salesman part of that and the magazines part of that is probably outdated.
Do you remember when Girl Scouts would go door to door to sell cookies?
That happened to me just the other day.
Not
Yeah,
They
that-
came door to
not my
door.
house.
No
Yep.
masks.
No masks.
You just, like, shooting a guy here, bro.
Rick was like, no
Not
cookies
here.
on principle.
It's 4
Yeah.
brooms like Grievous.
Leave some Thin Mints.
Carmen didn't answer the door.
No, I haven't seen a Girl Scout walking for a long time. I usually see him outside of Walmart now.
Yeah,
that
that's the
happened this
best
week.
place to go.
No, he's just sitting outside of some place. I don't know. Should I
Yeah,
stay?
Walmart says no solicitation, but they still let Girl Scouts sit out there and sell
Oh, and-
cookies.
And other people too.
Yeah.
So about Salvation Army,
Yeah.
there's a few.
You know, I feel like I'm getting scammed because we were talking about the magazine things. Like, I keep getting magazines in my name sent to my house, like technology and like Farm Journal, like
Farm
I
Journal?
look it up. It's like legit magazines that you have to subscribe for,
Yeah.
but it's like a new one like every week, and it's always something different. So either they're just
Eric,
like
somebody's fucking with you.
Yeah, but
Eric,
like,
did you
at
check?
for what reason?
I mean, your water story. Did you check your bank account to make
Yeah.
sure they're not just taking
I did.
money out for these magazines?
Yeah,
I'm
somebody
just
is,
getting-
somebody
I'm-
is signing you up for as many subscriptions
Maybe.
as possible.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, there is the other way too, where like sometimes you get like a free one. Are you getting these regularly?
I'm getting like one a week, and like
One a
like
week?
Esquire magazine, Men's Fashion.
Maybe Jancy got these.
Men's Health.
I don't think so.
Maybe she's
She's trying to tell you something.
she's like,
extremely
you need
low-
to dress better.
Yeah, she's like trying to give you hints, but like I'm not gonna say it to him.
Yeah.
But when these start
Like,
showing up, like
super
what are
low
these?
key.
And she's playing it real cool because I came like, what are these magazines? And she's
she's like, I don't know. There might be some useful information in there.
And then
Yeah.
later, hey, I was just looking at these random magazines you got. Look at this.
yeah, I don't know.
I think
I
it'll
was trying,
good.
I was trying
actually
to
a
rack
good
my brain,
idea.
being like, what scam could this be? They just want like first taste is free. Let me see if you get these magazines, but no one else I've
Do you
talked
think
to.
She's on the side of Formal Friday, Eric. That's what's going on.
I suppose so.
So
Friday.
Do you think in our area, in our lifetime, we will be able to go to a doctor's office and there will be no magazines?
I
No.
mean,
I mean,
I wouldn't waste my time with I use my phone now.
I
you
know, but I feel like that's going to be the last holdout.
Maybe. Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose so.
No, I don't think so because I've walked into doctor's offices before and found like a 10-year-old magazine.
Yeah.
it's just gonna be old stuff.
It's just gonna be old shit.
Dude,
They
there
only
was
get rid of the old ones when they get a new one.
Yeah.
So when they stop getting new ones, the old ones are just gonna stay
You might
there.
need to find
20
a new doctor, Calvin, because what if they do this with all their stuff?
my orthodontist.
Calvin's gonna be 50 years old. And he's gonna go there and they have a magazine talking about Tesla going to space. You know,
My orthodontist
SpaceX program.
that I went to this orthodontist on Ohio Street, Dr. Green. He's not there anymore, but I went to him for like 5 years, and in his pile of magazines were 3 separate issues of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition.
Nice.
Just there. No one ever moved them.
Who were
They were
they
always
addressed to?
there. Huh?
Who are they addressed to?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't
So
care.
I like to see
That's the
like,
last thing I was
who
looking
they're
at.
who they're addressed to. And it's like if it's the doctor, then he gets it at home, and then brings it to the office, thinking
Right.
like, oh, my patients will enjoy this while they're waiting the 3
Yeah.
hours.
He was a strange man, though. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me because he also had like a television like up in his like in front of the chair, and you think, oh, he's letting you watch TV. No, he's watching it. He would always play the Three Stooges like on a loop, and he's like laughing like as he's tightening your braces, like as they're like hitting
Yeah.
each other and stuff. And he had an afro. He looked kind of like Bob Ross.
Okay.
it's
less
Dr.
happy
Green.
though. Or was
Very
he just-
strange man.
Was he just as happy?
it's just the
don't
kind
know.
of thing that you want to watch. A bunch of bumbling fools making
I know.
slapstick comedy while this man has his hands in your mouth.
In your mouth.
That would
I
frighten
remember
me.
He would tighten. He's like, all right, tell me when it's tight. I'm like, ah. He's like, okay. And he tightened it one more.
Yep.
Dr. Green.
Well, if we're ready to move on.
Hey, we have the news to talk about.
Yeah, an old name in games is back, although in a much different form. Lucasfilm Games,
Oh?
yes.
resurrected.
Yeah, previously LucasArts.
Yeah.
It used to be called, but yeah,
Lucasfilm
the
Games.
EA deal is no more. The exclusive
Huh.
deal, which I don't think anybody was ever happy with.
They announced, I believe, that all games going forward
EA
in,
was happy.
in canon. Is, yeah, well,
Yes.
I'm sure. But I think all games going forward now are going to be under Lucasfilm Games now.
When did that start? Because that was supposed to be a 10-year deal, wasn't it?
8 years ago.
Okay, so they
2012.
did they get rid of the last 2
Dang.
years, or
They might have bought them out.
maybe they bought it out?
They could have paid
Or-
off for 2 years, maybe, of what
Yeah.
the deal would have been.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe it gives them more freedom. Maybe we'll get some better stuff.
Maybe we'll get 1313.
I know a lot of people were upset with the way EA handled a lot of their games and stuff, but
I mean, I don't
mean,
know
yeah,
how
Battlefront
much they
2.
ever recovered from Battlefront 2's launch. Like, Battlefront 2 became a great game that I really loved playing,
Yeah.
but the bad press on the launch of that game.
I mean, there was a
You know?
bad press with Battlefield as well.
Yeah.
That was EA, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't remember which one it was. Was it 4 that had the really bad press? Can't remember.
Was it Battlefield 1?
So they're
No.
saying, people in the chat are saying that it actually goes to 2023. They just won't renew that deal. So maybe the stuff that's being worked on won't be released until 2023?
It's possible.
Maybe?
I don't know if the Indiana Jones game will count for that. 'Cause
Yeah, that's being worked on by Bethesda,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's Bethesda.
yeah, I mean, EA released a thing. They said, we are proud of our long-standing collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, which will continue for years to come. This was in Yeah, January 13th of 2021.
Okay.
EA said in a statement, "Our talented teams have created some of the most successful games in the history of Star Wars franchise, including Fallen Order, Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Star Wars Squadrons. We love Star Wars and look forward to creating more exciting experiences for players to enjoy."
Yeah. I just figured with 8 years, I mean, LucasArts used to pump out games, and some of them weren't great, but some of them were awesome. But it was a decent amount of games, you know? Like, I just always felt like EA just, you know, people would kind of like, I would like this, and they would start doing something and then it would fall through, you know? I don't know. I mean, I love Fallen Order. I enjoyed Battlefront 2 eventually. I didn't play it like when it first came out, but when we started playing it, I enjoyed it. And Squadrons has been fun for what it was.
Yeah.
You know? But, you know, you never got like a Knights of the Republic, you know, in the EA era.
That was not Bethesda.
It was BioWare was the first
BioWare.
one, and then Obsidian took over the second one,
Yeah.
I believe.
Disney announced the formation of Lucasfilm Games, which will house all Star Wars games under a single banner. It subsequently announced that Machine Games and Bethesda are working on an Indiana Jones game under the Lucasfilm Games brand as well. With a new game development at Ubisoft, it appears that Lucasfilm Games will now work with a variety of developers and publishers on creating new Star Wars games and more seemingly closer in approach to the Marvel Games brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ubisoft announcement is interesting. Is this going to be an open-world, story-based Star Wars game?
Yeah. I mean, you know, ever since the Disney takeover, like, all new media has been, like, it's canon now, you know? Like, it all should fit into a canon and be, like, the new part of the story you don't want to miss. So I'm excited for that, you know? Like, I think open-world RPGs, when you have, you know, a galaxy of planets and stuff will be interesting. I like the way that Fallen Order did it, though sometimes I'm like, why the hell can't I just walk over here? You know? But yeah, I'm interested in how that goes with the like, will Indiana Jones be a canon story?
Like
in
in
those,
the universe?
what will be 5 movies universe, you know? Will it separate itself from Uncharted, which obviously Uncharted was, you know, influenced by Indiana Jones.
Sure.
But,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and Uncharted was influenced by Lara Croft. I think Lara Croft
Tomb Raider,
came back after Uncharted and was able to redefine itself and make itself relevant again.
Yeah.
So,
But I like the idea of the Indiana Jones game, especially just because, you know, can't get Harrison Ford to do what he used to do.
No.
Despite him coming back for it, but, you know, I feel like the last movie was a passing of a torch, you know?
Yeah.
But
I heard
doing it in a game form is awesome.
I heard a rumor about the future of Indiana Jones and what it was going to be, too, with another actor. But the conversation I heard with that wasn't sure if it was going to be a passing of the torch with this actor or, like,
a remake.
rebooting it with this actor in place for Indiana Jones.
so like Solo.
Kind of, yeah. But like with that one, there's going back in time.
Sure.
Which they did that with Indiana Jones 3, where they went back in time and had a different character playing him, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I can understand that more so. The thing there was with... I don't know. The thing with that is, like, is it a reboot or is it going back in time and showing Indiana Jones when he was younger? But then you got to be like, well, Harrison Ford, like, he would have been this old here, then Indiana Jones was this old, so, like, what time span are you putting it in? Like, I don't know if they're going that young for it to work, you know?
Yeah.
So,
The difference is whether, like, the stuff that we have now is still canon and this continues the story from a different timeline, or whether it just restarts the timeline.
Sure. Like, they toyed with the idea at the end where it was, like, the hat being there, and Shia LaBeouf went to reach for it, and Indy's like, you know, put it on. He's like, I'm Indiana Jones, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, continuity doesn't feel as important to me in Indiana Jones. I mean, it's rooted in, like, serials.
Agreed.
And, like, it's supposed to be a lot of standalone stories.
Yeah.
Like Captain Crunch?
It's just that, you know, with a Lucasfilm property like, you know, like Indy, will they, you know, I'm curious, will it be a canon story, like, or will it be like its own thing? You know, Marvel and DC can get away with, like, this is just a different Batman in a different universe, and don't worry about fitting it in with anything else, you know? I don't feel like I've ever done that with Indy. You know, Indy has the Young Adventures of Indiana Jones too, right?
It does.
And aren't those canon to the lore as well?
I have no idea.
They're supposed to be.
I'm pretty sure they are, yeah.
But, yeah, no. I mean, they had those where he was younger, and it kind of ties in with the same storylines and stuff of what's going on. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that. I know some people in chat were talking about with like Star Wars and stuff too. Like a KOTOR 3 would be awesome, but I imagine they're looking at doing canon stuff for the current timeline, and doing a KOTOR 3 would mean that all the other KOTORs were canon, and I don't see them doing all that.
Yeah.
I could see them making a KOTOR style type of game.
True.
You know, like some kind of RPG, more RPG than like what Fallen Order is, or like any of the games we have currently.
And if you have KOTOR 1 and 2 and then you do a KOTOR 3, do you also get boxed in because of what they did with the Old Republic?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a significant amount of time past those events, but so much of that is, integral there. Do you want to go to a new, maybe have like the same style of game but a different time period? I don't know.
I just want them to make a sequel to Fate of Atlantis.
That would be pretty cool. But in my head, Aaron, the best thing they could do with the KOTOR is just do Knights of the High Republic.
No, yeah.
That would be cool.
That's what I would say would
Yeah.
probably be a good idea, because it gives you a little bit of time beforehand, and you can make that RPG kind of
Yeah.
thing where you're visiting planets you've seen before, but before you've normally seen them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it could be a good way of doing it,
I mean,
Having it, like, what if you went to a planet and you found a town or city that you're familiar with? Like, what if on Tatooine 500 years ago they didn't have Mos Eisley and Mos Espa and whatever else? What if like you're part of building that town or
Yeah.
something like that? Like something along those lines could be a neat idea.
yeah.
You think there's any % chance we get a Bad Batch game?
Ooh,
I feel like that
Batch
could make
game.
a good video game.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, it would be remarkably similar to Republic Commando.
Yeah, which was great, right?
People have always wanted the sequel because Republic Commando ends on a huge cliffhanger and you don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then people were like, well, if you're not going to do that, do Imperial Commando. But EA's not doing any of that stuff. Now it's possible he could do something like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like Bad Batch and Republic Commando would be pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is fine. Like, take that idea, make it something now into canon.
Yeah.
Same thing with KOTOR. Take that kind of like gameplay idea,
Mm-hmm.
put it into something now that could be canon.
And the Commandos are canon in the new canon now because Gregor was a Republic Commando, right? In Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a
well-
Republic commander in...
And I think
In-
Delta Squad was in it at one point.
That doesn't say there was
Yeah.
a body that they were recovered, and the commandos
right.
recovered it and brought it down off a ship.
Like
so.
the actual clones
Yeah,
from that game.
it was them.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's them in the canon of it. So you could have that as canon
Yeah.
and do a Republic Commando, just a new Republic Commando game.
Yeah.
Or do a Bad Batch game, which I don't think Republic Commando had the clones being too drastically different, right?
Yeah.
As far as like power bases or anything. Whereas Bad Batch, you could kind of have like a
You could play around with
You
a
could
little
even
more.
do like a 4-player kind of co-op game that you play
That would be
through,
fun.
where you each have a different type of character, and then if we played that, like you have a sniper, you have a techie dude, you have a smashing dude, like
You have a guy with a knife.
yeah, like it could be a really cool thing to do. I don't know.
So what's like, with this new era, we're not limited by EA, we can do stuff. What's your dream Star Wars project for right now?
I don't know. Squadrons was pretty good of what I initially wanted. What would I want now?
Yeah.
I still wouldn't mind. One of my favorite Star Wars experiences was Battlefront 2 with the capital ship battles, which we kind of have in Squadrons and we kind of have in Battlefront, but it's like the two of those mixed together.
You mean the original Battlefront 2?
In Battlefront
Yeah.
2, you had like your capital ship, and you would be able to hop into a spaceship,
Yeah.
fly to their capital ship, land, get out, battle inside, or not land and fly
Yeah.
on the outside, battling, dogfighting, and taking out either like engines and shield generators or whatever you could from the outside, or you could land and go inside and try to take them out from the inside.
Yeah.
And I loved that battle format.
I mean,
It was
they
so
were
much
going to go
fun.
crazy with it in Battlefront 3 before it was canceled. They were going to be able to take off from the planet and go up into space and join those battles.
That'd be cool.
And
I
then
would love
come
that.
back down, and then you're having a planetary battle as well.
Yeah. Like mix together what they have on Squadrons, where you
Yeah.
can battle outside, but then also be able to,
Yeah.
like in Battlefront 2 right now, you win those points, and then it sends you to their ship, right? And then you
Yeah.
battle inside their ship. Like I want that battle inside the ship thing, because
Yeah.
that's fun too. But I want the outside the battle from Squadrons as well, all in the same game mode. It'd be great.
Yeah, I want to be able to run around on their ship and get on like a stationary gun and shoot down their own fighters.
You could do that. You could take their guns and shoot down whatever you wanted to on the inside.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But if you weren't careful, you didn't tell your guys, they would shoot your gun. And
Yeah.
Right.
I want Larian Studios to get the license, who did the Divinity games and the most recent Baldur's Gate game, to make like a CRPG of the Star Wars tabletop game.
Oh, okay.
I think
Yeah.
that would be pretty sweet.
Make that pretty expansive.
You said Ubisoft is doing it.
Ubisoft's making the open world game.
So is it going to be Assassin's Creed like Sith Order?
I don't know.
It's not. The director's not an Assassin's Creed director. He did the Division 2 and the Crew.
Oh, okay. A Division style game would be pretty fun.
I mean, we had a.
It's using massive Snowdrop engine, which let me see what games that did.
Okay. Yeah, while you're looking that up, like there's been like a couple canceled games. Like 1313 was supposed to be like from the Uncharted director or something like that,
well,
right?
didn't they cancel that? But then there was another one that was like in a desert.
Then there was another one that they were working on.
I remember
they canceled
seeing,
that
like,
as
shots
well.
I think somebody in chat said that in 8 years they made 4 games and canceled 3 of them.
Yeah, there was a Darth Maul game as well, wasn't there? Like I've seen like prototype of gameplay of a Darth Maul game, and it looked awesome. But they canceled that as well. And yeah, one of the developers just leaked all this footage of what it looked like.
It's the same engine that was used in Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Okay.
So I mean, you can make different games with the same engine.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that could be an indication of what
I
kind
mean,
of game we
look
might be
at
looking
Escape
at.
from Tarkov. It's made with a mobile game engine.
There was a game that was codenamed Ragtag.
Mm-hmm.
It was reportedly canceled due to not having long-term replayability.
Gotcha.
Um,
But yeah, look at the video, Aaron, of like, just put in like Darth Maul canceled game. The first one from Game Informer. This has all this footage, and it looks awesome. Like the concept art looks great. Like you had different, like Savage Press was in there. Really cool stuff. Looks like he's fighting Boba Fett at one point.
Yeah. Chat said they developed that game for 5 years and then canceled it.
Wow.
That was an Avengers game in development for a long time that got canceled too. We were talking, Eric, about having like a pod racing game but VR.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That could be fun.
Yeah, the Pod Racing 64 game was so much fun. But
The arcade
VR
game
pod
was fun.
race. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think like my dream project. I mean, I'd love to have like a new Jedi Knight game. But I mean, you know, I feel like Fallen Order got close to scratching that itch in terms of that kind of gameplay. It obviously wasn't the exact same because in Jedi Knight games you still had, you know, first-person shooter guns and stuff too, and the lightsaber stuff. But that was certainly my favorite of the games was the Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy. It would be cool to bring Kyle Katarn back in canon form in a video game. I would enjoy that.
Definitely.
Force Unleashed was a great set of games. I don't know if you could, you know, Force Unleashed 2, another game that ended with a cliffhanger.
yeah. Well, they were planning on a trilogy of that,
yeah.
and finishing off on the third one, and they never did it.
But I can't see them doing another Force Unleashed 3.
No, not now.
Because they'd have to recanonize a bunch of stuff because a lot of that stuff is contradictory now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to what they do with Fallen Order, because I thought Fallen Order was good, it was fun, and they've already said they want to do more of that, so.
Yeah.
What if they give the license to Konami and they make a pachinko machine?
Ooh.
Rick, what's that got to do with anything? I hope no.
Just rename it to
They
Spock.
ruined Metal Gear Solid for me. But yeah, I don't know. There could be. I'm trying to think of what I would want out of Star Wars games that I don't have yet, and like the way that Jedi Fallen Order played was really good, and I liked the lightsaber combat and stuff too. But
Yeah.
there's something too about being able to do like, you know, like the Uncharted idea or the gunslinger smuggler kind of stuff, and just different things like that would be really cool as well.
A
So-
bounty hunter game could be
A
cool.
Lando game.
Lando game.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Lando would be a fun character to play in a game.
I wouldn't mind a new pod race game either. I would play a new pod racing game. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
Remember the
It would be cool to have like DLC packages of like, here's Darth Vader's pod racer, you know? Just go crazy
Yes.
with it.
there was a Star Wars kart racing game back around the same time too.
Yeah, there was what was that racing game? They had like giant heads.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it. I played the demo.
Bombad Racing.
Bombad
Bombad
Racing.
Racing, that
Oh,
was
what a
it.
I was
great
going to
name.
say, there was somebody in chat saying, was like, I want a Bombad Racing too.
Yeah, Bombad Racing. They were just like little pods. They didn't have like the extended like
Yeah.
pod racing pieces.
The
It was like
engine
what they
nacelles.
It was like
just
Anakin
like
would
the-
have been in like a little cart that looked like the back part that he sat in of his pod racer, and they had a giant head. And he just everyone had one. So
Masters of Terrascasi 2.
Ooh.
We don't need that.
I'm okay with them just continuing to put Star Wars characters in actual fighting games.
Yeah.
Like what they did with Soul Calibur.
Yeah. I don't need a Star Wars specific fighting game.
There is a fan making one that actually is kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, it's not really my style, I guess.
Although I didn't think I needed another Dragon Ball Z fighting game until I played Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
I'm
Yeah.
content being beaten to a pulp in Battlefront 2 as a Jedi hero. I don't need a Star Wars game to show me how bad I am at that as well.
Yeah,
True.
but Calvin and Knights of the, Masters of Terrascasi, you could be a Tusken Raider fighting Darth Vader, or you could be a Gamorrean guard fighting Chewie,
These are
or
all
you could
true
be Han
facts.
with a gun just shooting people in a fighting game.
How?
Now, do you remember the
How does
name
that scale?
of the character that was introduced in that game?
Her name was
I've got to look it up because I don't remember.
it was like Fist of Iron, Iron Fist, right? It's something like that. Metal in hand.
I can't even Google it.
Arden Lin.
Arden Lin. Terrascasi means like metal hand, and she had like a metal hand.
The immortal Iron Fist.
But yeah, it was a custom character made for that game. But she had like a prosthetic hand or something like that, and she was the master of Terrascasi.
Yeah.
And then that was recanonized, Rick, in Solo.
I know. I know it was.
Yep.
I remember when that happened. Me and you looked at each other like so happy.
Yeah. No, I looked up Terrascasi, and it talks about Dryden Voss and stuff, and who he learned from, and passing it on and whatnot.
Yeah, Maul was trained in Terrascasi as an apprentice, I believe.
Lots of.
It's a good deep cut that has a shameful beginning.
Well, yeah. I don't think it's any more shameful than the holiday special, though, when they brought that back.
It's true.
Kind of.
Hey, those characters were there.
Man, we got so excited whenever they said Life Day in Mandalorian.
I know.
Yeah.
Life Day, oh shit, yeah! Lumpy!
Yep.
It was really good. Man, I just saw Daniel said a real-time strategy game would be cool too. That might be cool. I
used
played
to have
Empire at
those.
War.
Yeah.
Empire at War, yeah.
That was a fun game.
Yeah, you could have the Separatists and the Republic cloning guys and making battle droids.
Yeah, and then you can have, Rebels and Empire, and then you can have Resistance and First Order. And
Yeah.
you could have some different ones and different. That'd be cool. They
That
had
would be
heroes and stuff in there too, where you had heroes playing along, and they had space battles as well, where you controlled space battles and had your frigates and X-wings and whatever else fighting. And you could get hero Luke Skywalker and his X-wing flying around. And
Do you
That'd be
think
cool.
the Rogue Squadron movie will bring on a revival of the Rogue Squadron games? That line, maybe?
maybe.
Like in the new era, maybe? Or if that does take place in the future in the sequel trilogy or whatever.
Like this Rogue
Like,
Squadron.
do they do a new Rogue Squadron game, too?
I mean, if you already have the
I mean,
Rogue Squadron
Squadrons-
title that started as a game, I would just,
Yeah.
well, here's the movie. We're going to release a game tied into
Yeah.
this kind of era or these characters or whatever,
Yeah.
Either before or after. Maybe meet the characters beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Get to know where they came from or who they were or something. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe you play a character who ultimately dies at the end of the game, and that's why you're not in the movie. Like...
They just need to make like an Among Us. They need to make an Among Us clone that's like Sith Among Us or something like that, and it's just a bunch of Jedi, but you have to find the secret Sith that's killing everyone else.
Among Jedi.
Yeah.
It's like whenever it goes to kill you, sometimes you can be force choked or lightninged or just
Yeah.
or a saber just goes...
Or like a clone just comes out and shoots you in the back.
Oh,
That sounds crazy, but then I think of, like there was Crypt of the Necrodancer, and then there was a Zelda version of that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's something I never thought would
Yeah.
happen either, so.
Yeah, Cadence of Hyrule.
Cadence, yeah.
Yeah, I would be blamed as a Sith Lord. Aaron's a Sith Lord. I'm not.
What about like
No, he is.
what about Hyrule Warriors is like based off what is it called? Dynasty Warriors?
Dynasty Warriors,
Can you do
yeah.
a Star Wars Dynasty Warriors game?
As Anakin, but it's a bunch of younglings.
Yeah.
oh.
I don't know.
It would be interesting because it would be kind of like how Battlefront is in some
Yeah.
like forms. However, the combat would have to be like different.
It'd have to be like Force Unleashed combat.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
You'd have to be like Luke Skywalker, like in his prime.
Pretty much, yeah.
I did like the idea of like someone was saying like a Ghost of Tsushima, like samurai kind of style, where like you're a Jedi being like a samurai. Like that would be kind of cool.
I would love that.
Doing the art style of the Genji.
Gindi.
Gindi, Rick.
Damn.
It's the third time this week you said
I
that.
know.
Gungi.
The Gongi? Gongi. But yeah, no, like that would be an interesting kind of idea of like you could have a story-based game, but it feels a little bit more samurai, kind of like the roots of where Jedi come from and stuff. And
That would be great.
it could be kind of cool.
Rick, every week my camera is lower. Like it's pointed a bit lower.
You're just finally growing, Calvin.
No.
Your leg has shaken it.
What
No.
number are you?
You're,
That
you're
would be
losing-
crazy. He keeps shaking his camera.
It's like slowly sandpapering the bottom of your your desk.
Maybe you keep changing how you sit.
Also, it's probably you're just wiggling it, and it's just like
No, it's leaning back more. I have to lean it back every week.
getting tilted. There.
Calvin's getting tilted.
It's true.
Someone said Ewok Hunt horror game, but that's the best part of Battlefront 2.
That
It's
I
that
I
Ewok
agree
game.
with that.
I love that Ewok game.
Ewok
Yeah.
Hunt is
More of that
so
kind of
much
stuff.
fun.
It would be pretty fun. A horror Star Wars game, some kind, would be cool.
Like a GTA game, but like for like swoop gangs. Like on Nar Shaddaa.
You know what? Damn, I don't know if I'd like it or not. I was thinking about talking about horror, and I was thinking about Bad Batch, and I don't know if I'd like it or like it less. The idea of like a Bad Batch, Left 4 Dead mixture of a game,
Yeah.
where like they have
Oh, yeah.
missions, and you got to complete these missions, but like droids are coming and stuff, and you got to like
Just
just
the
keep killing droids. And
hordes.
sometimes you get like giant droids and these crazy droids that do this or that, or
All right, so a Tropico-style sim, but you're Hondo running a criminal empire.
Or just the Empire in general.
Any game where you just have him like reading the line. That would be so great.
Yeah, he should be your advisor. That way
you
he
go.
reads all the lines.
Rick, just make Civilization game, but for Star Wars, and you can play as like you work.
Civ game would be fun.
You work with Hondo, or you could work with Lando, or you could work with you just pick all these different characters
Yeah.
that can like be your advisors. It'd be weird though because I don't know how you'd canonize like being able to have like I don't know Mon Mothma and Lando and Hondo and like just pick all these characters from all over the Star Wars
well,
lore.
it's it's to do with your nation's like scientific advancement, right?
Like Palpatine could be one. You could be
Like
working.
if you advance your own like civilization to like the nuclear age and someone else is still in the Bronze Age, like those characters would still exist, right?
I guess.
Well, yeah, like
Dude,
in
Jar
Civ,
Jar as an advisor would be great.
like in Civ 2, it had FMV characters as like your advisors, and like
I remember Civ. Yeah.
they were your same advisors for the entire time. And it was just Elvis always.
Yeah. Elvis was your he was shoot, what was he?
Like entertainment or something.
Culture, I think.
Culture, yeah.
So that could work then. You just always have these kind of advisors for these kind of things, and it's just always these people.
And it doesn't matter, like even when that game was made, Elvis was already gone. So it's just like a representation of what that advisor should know about.
Like it'd be funny
Right.
to have some kind of smuggling thing that you're trying to do, and you have like Lando and Hondo like talking to each other, being like, "Well, I didn't know, maybe," but and then Hondo's like, "It's no longer profitable," and like they're yelling at each other about what's going on or something. Like,
Why are you always yelling?
Profitable.
do what?
It's not all about profits.
Yeah,
All right.
it'd be fun to
pleasure.
have something like that. I'd love it.
I've
Yeah.
got the best one.
Okay.
Works every
Hitman?
time.
Hitman.
But you're Chopper,
Oh my
and
god.
you're taking out other droids.
And you can get like paint jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
You
pretty
just
cool.
pull into a garage, get a new paint
Yeah.
job.
Okay, I was trying to. What I'm doing is just trying to think of popular games and giving them a Star Wars skin.
Yeah.
So how do you do Pokemon in a Star Wars universe? What you do is it's about Dejeric champions. The chessboard that you can like collect like the digital monsters, go around different planets fighting the other champions in order to become the champion of Dejeric in the galaxy.
I feel
then
like
you're
I'm-
invited by the Emperor to like fight him because he's the actual former champion. And you fight the Emperor, and if you lose, he kills you. If you win, he kills you.
I feel like I'm kind of doing that with Cal Kestis and BD. Like every time I kill a monster, I scan it, and
You
then
do scan,
I know
yeah.
everything about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Pokemon's a good one to fit into the Star Wars universe, unless you just do
Like you have to go hunt down the actual monster, scan it, and now you can play it in your chess game. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, now it's Monster Rancher. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
Whatever that was.
I remember
that sounds great.
something
Where
where
you would put CDs in the PS1,
it used
and it would give you
CDs,
monsters.
but you had to also battle the monsters and catch them and stuff, kind of thing.
There was a barcode scanner that worked for it as well.
I think
You could go around
something
and scan
like
barcodes
that.
and get monsters. Yeah.
You could be like an Ezra type Force user that has a connection with animals or something.
Animal affinity.
Maybe make it easier on you.
Oh, and make a Pikmin.
Pikmin. Yeah.
Yeah.
a Pikmin game. Oh, and now let's just make a Mario game. What's that gonna be? Who do you play?
A Star Wars platformer.
Does
2D.
already exist.
It would
Star
just
Wars
be
2D
like
platform.
it would be like the Citadel. Not the Citadel. What's the name of the thing that the clones would train on? And it was like a platformer.
The Cube, right?
Well, there's the
No.
Cube. That's the
No,
bounty
that was
hunters. I'm talking about
Morale
the
Bound.
rookies. They had that was like a platformer. Like get to the top of the platform.
What
Just
did they
like the
call it?
simulations.
They called it something, but yeah.
It was called it started with the C, didn't it?
I thought it was just the
Castle?
Academy.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Are you talking about
it was like the name of
final
the
challenge? Or
Yeah, there was a thing that they had to take. I don't think it was it wasn't called the Citadel, was it?
was it the
The Citadel's the name of a prison.
Yeah.
Crucible?
No, it's not Crucible.
Crucible sounds
I know what
awesome.
Eric's talking about. And I can picture what they had to climb, but I don't know what it was called.
Like it was Delta Squadron's first appearance in
The Citadel it was
chronological.
called.
Nope, it wasn't.
That,
It wasn't their first appearance.
Wasn't it not?
No, because they first showed up in Rookies.
The prison and the training room had the same
No,
name.
in the chronological order, Aaron.
Oh, in chronological order, yes.
The only order.
okay, yeah,
That'd be
I
correct.
remember asking about that. I think at the time. I was like, oh, the Citadel, that's the same thing that they called the place that the rookies
so
trained.
it is okay. Man, I don't know why I doubt myself.
Yeah.
That's why-
That kind of doubting is going to
That's
lose
why
you
I
in the
fail.
Schmodown.
That's why I
Eric.
fail. I can't believe it.
fail.
That's why you fail.
You need a Calvin level of confidence.
I do. Just convince the judges that I'm right.
So they called it the Citadel Challenge.
The
It
Citadel
was a
Challenge.
training course on Camino.
Gotcha.
So there is the Citadel.
Yeah.
But this is called the Citadel Challenge based on the Citadel prison.
Yeah. Now, why do I think that could be a Mario thing? I don't know. I was just trying to think of a platformer. You can do Yoshi's
Woolly World?
Island with Baby Yoda.
True?
What he wah,
Yeah.
wah, wah,
You can do that. Get him to the Jedi.
Instead of him throwing eggs, he's using the Force to
Eat them.
do
No,
things.
he's still throwing eggs.
Eat
Yeah.
the eggs.
Well, besides the Star Wars gaming news, which was pretty cool, I'm hoping that maybe doing that just keeps things, I don't know. Hopefully everyone is happier and there's less of the
keeps
EA
it
problems
a
and stuff
little
too.
more fresh and not
But-
so.
But it does sound like they're
monopolized.
doing like EA will still be doing stuff. These guys will still be doing stuff. It's not going to be Lucasfilm's games doing all of it.
Yeah.
But they're going to be over it all. I
Yeah.
guess it's going to be
Yeah.
like one banner. So.
I mean, different studios have different specialties, and Star Wars can encompass a whole range of genres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But I have high hopes that they do well.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened that I was excited for is the Pokemon 25th anniversary
Mhm.
is this year, and we had like a little teaser kind of thing for it.
Yeah,
It was like a
trailer.
special video made for it. It was pretty cool.
That was launched today. Overall, it didn't give a ton of information of what they're doing this year, but they did say that they're doing like a year of fun Pokemon-y
Like celebration.
celebrations and stuff.
Like Katy Perry's involved.
Somehow.
Yeah, somehow Katy Perry's
Somehow.
involved.
You can only hope it's as good as the year of Luigi.
And she screamed something.
She did scream something, and I'm still not sure what she said.
Well, I knew what she
I
said.
think it was singing. But
Clunky.
You know what she said?
I can't remember what it sounded like now. I was going to do it, but I can't remember.
I don't know what it was
Speaking
either.
of misheard lyrics,
But the one other thing that they had was they did have a new trailer for Pokemon Snap 2,
yeah, it's new Pokemon Snap is what it's called.
the new Snap,
And what was it? When's it releasing?
coming out in April.
April.
yeah.
April this year. So
Yeah.
that will be awesome. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we'll have a reaction to that video, to Snap and that video at some point.
Yep.
Yep. I also just started my first time really kind of doing a Nuzlocke for Pokemon,
Yeah.
which was a lot of fun. I lost one Pokemon, technically, kind of.
Kind of.
Wait, your first time doing a Nuzlocke?
I've never really done. The only time I've done Nuzlocke was the time that you and I did like that 2-player Nuzlocke thing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This is not your first.
This is my first time playing this game and doing a Nuzlocke.
Oh, okay.
I've never beaten Gen 3, and I've never just done my own Nuzlocke. So, but yeah, no, it's the technically kind of lost a Pokemon thing was that I didn't catch the Pokemon. It was a Pokemon I could have caught, but I killed it. I was trying to will him down because he wouldn't get in the damn ball. And then my Zigzagoon named Zipstrip crit hit him.
Well, that's a good thing, right?
He's too loud. Fucking Zipstrip. So,
Is that what they named him?
yeah, we're each time I'm always trying to figure out like, well, all right, guys, we're gonna name this guy. So I've got my Mudkip named Cora, and then I've got my Zigzagoon named Zipstrip. I have a Puccina, I think is how you say the name, the dog, which is named Sifty 8%, because we were voting on names and stuff like that. No, we were voting on if it could be captured because it was like a static capture, like you had to do it to progress the game. And it's like, does this count as a route? Does this count as whatever? And they voted 58% that it was allowed to be caught. So because of that 58%, but it was a girl dog, I wanted to name it Sif.
Oh, 58.
After another dog character. So we named it Sifty 8%. So
Do
nice.
each of the games have like defined Nuzlocke rules? Like, is there a manual?
No, not really. I mean, the main basis of Nuzlocke is that you can capture one Pokemon per area.
It's just trying to make it harder.
And if a Pokemon faints, it's dead, and you have to release it or put it in a box. But besides that, like most of the rest of the Nuzlocke rules are kind of like what you want the Nuzlocke rules to be. So sometimes people add more stipulations. Like there's this set versus switch rule, which is when you're playing a solo game in Pokemon, the enemy opponent will sometimes, when they lose a Pokemon, it'll be like, they're going to throw out Pikachu. Do you want to switch your Pokemon? There's a rule where it's like you can switch or you can't switch.
Okay.
Where it just makes it more challenging.
Yeah, because whenever you do that, you just, all right, well, I'll switch to one that has a better type advantage, and I'll switch to one that has a type advantage. I never lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're doing like a versus mode, like if Eric and I were battling, if I beat his Pokemon, I don't get to switch based on what Pokemon he's throwing out. He just throws out a new Pokemon.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, kind of based on that. So.
And then you can do other challenges like only have one type of Pokemon so that you can't do type advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's been mono ones. Those ones you don't do the full Nuzlocke rules because it's already the challenge of the mono.
Yeah.
And you
have to find the right
and
Pokemon.
you got to find that typing to begin with.
Area.
Yeah. So sometimes it takes you a while to find the typings. There's also like Wonderlocks, which is like after gyms, you trade off all of your team.
Yeah.
And you do a wonder trade where you don't know what you're getting.
Oh.
You just send them off in a wonder
it's just
trade.
random?
That could be great or terrible.
It could be amazing, and you could get like legendary Pokemon. It could be awful, and you get a level 1 Psyduck. You know, you don't know what you're gonna get. It could be anything. So, there's also a Spirit Lock, which is interesting. That one's another 2-player version. But instead of like the verses that like Calvin and I did one where we both were doing our own Nuzlocke, and at the end of each gym battle, which you also were level capped of getting to the max level of that gym's max Pokemon. You couldn't go past that level. Whenever we would beat a gym, we would then battle, and whoever won got to choose one of their team's Pokemon and one of the other teams to switch for and trade. But you couldn't choose starters. In the Spirit Lock one, you have like if Calvin and I were playing, whatever Pokemon he finds on Route 1 and whatever Pokemon I find on Route 1 are now Spirit linked, right? There's like a soul bond for them. Which means that if he decides to put it in the box,
you also
I
have
put
to
mine
put
in the box.
Oh man!
If mine dies, Calvin's dies.
Oh, jeez.
So we have to like coordinate how to make the best team.
That would make it a little bit more even for me.
I guess.
I could just throw and cause you to.
But like the whole thing is
Pokemon.
us all being like working together versus like against each other, you know?
Right.
So there's a lot of different Nuzlocke rules that they've added in or changed and stuff, but
that wonder thing, the wonder trade thing you're talking about, it reminds me, and I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla right now, and there's this mechanic where you can like design and load out a lieutenant for your longship, you know, But the cool thing that it does is that when you've done that, other players that are, when you're signed in the Ubisoft account, like I'm seeing other players' lieutenants from their games, like they show up in my world, and I can like pay 100, silver to recruit them to my longship. So you want to make your lieutenant look cool, or have good gear, because it can actually use the gear that you're not using.
Yeah.
Mostly when you see them, like, oh, okay, this guy seems to have some cool gear and this ability and this kind of stuff. But I just randomly came upon one point a guy with like super hardcore legendary DLC gear, because he's gigantic. He has like glowing armor. He has 2 great long swords that are on fire. Completely breaks the immersion of the game.
Yeah.
But I have him on my longship.
That's amazing.
So I have 16 guys on my longship, including this like god.
This demigod.
And then every time I go for a raid, my guys will go in there like killing the English, and that guy comes in, there's 2 swords, and everybody's on fire.
That's amazing.
It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I love it.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what was happening the first time I saw him. Like, wait, what is this guy? He looks like a space marine, because he's glowing and stuff.
And where did he come from?
He's a lieutenant, another player that plays the game created out of the loot that he gets in the game. So this guy beat the whole game. He probably got DLC, and he probably got all this stuff.
He's playing new game.
He made
Plus
the
or
most
whatever.
badass lieutenant in the world, and I just happened to have him import into my game, and I had to pay $100 for him to be like part of my settlement. So now, regardless of that guy's original thing, I just have a copy of his lieutenant. Like, someone might have gotten my lieutenant, and they paid to have them join their longship. They don't want to, because my lieutenant sucks, But like every once in a while, you'll see like, hey, you can recruit this guy. Do you want to? And I'll be like, nah, not that guy. Nah, not that guy. Holy shit. This person played the game like crazy and just like made a lieutenant that's like insane.
He deserves to be my lieutenant.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really, really cool. But
somebody said that the armor that you can get that's glowing like that is from the in-game store.
Yeah.
So like it's like pay to use DLC armor.
Yeah, I mean, Ubisoft has like
soft points.
Yeah, like you can.
Yeah.
They definitely have that microtransaction thing in there. I like that you can play the game and not have to do that ever at all.
Right.
But if you want to like have, they have a upgrade for your ship where it like has a rainbow like behind it, and you can have a unicorn head. Like you can do crazy shit, but that doesn't appear except for this mechanic where you might get your lieutenant imported into someone else's game. So it's really, really fun. I just got really lucky because I got that like my second my second stream of playing the whole game, and then the rest of the time I never saw anything else like that.
Brave says you get the money if someone recruits your lieutenant.
Oh, that's cool.
So you gave money to that guy.
Gotcha. So I gave that guy money. That's really interesting. I didn't know
kinda
that. Yeah, it is really a cool mechanic, but I still like when I call for my longship, he's like second row on the right, and he's just like rowing, but he just looks like Iron Man.
Is the ship going in a circle?
That's crazy.
No.
Is it like our Mario Party stream?
Right?
I'm going to get into some questions if we're ready.
Well, the last thing I was going to say is, so far I think I need to figure out how I would do it, but if the Nuzlocke goes well, and if I enjoy it and people are enjoying it, I think the next thing I might attempt to try, because there's different challenges that we talked about, right?
Yeah.
One of them is an egg lock, which I did see someone mention about how they're fun. The egg lock idea is that...
Eggs, huh?
I don't know how exactly I do it, so I'd have to talk with some people about that, but the idea behind it was that viewers and stuff get to send in eggs, and rather than me capturing my team, I'm
You
solely
hatch them?
relying on the eggs that I've gathered
I
from
gotcha.
viewers to hatch and use those as my...
Well, that would be crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Because
I'm like,
RNG would get you there
Magikarp.
probably worse than
Magikarp.
I mean, maybe
than
it
routes and
well,
stuff.
the,
At least routes.
the thing that's going to hurt me is going to be
basically.
exactly, Rick. That's what's going to hurt me is what does everyone send me?
Hey, it learns tackle eventually.
Like, what would I do? But I need something to.
Like-
I need to level it. Like,
You
if
and
all I
Eric,
have is a team of Magikarps, what am I going to do?
I could definitely see you and Eric doing this, and you get all Magikarps, and Eric gets everything else.
Like nothing but Mewtwo's with like Thunderbolt and Flamethrower.
That's exactly what would happen.
That's
I would
exactly
have.
what would happen.
I would have an army of Magikarps,
Yeah.
and Eric would have legendaries. No, he wouldn't, because they don't come from eggs.
They don't
But
come
he
from
would
eggs.
have like pseudo legendaries or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he would have like the good ones. I'd be like, this is terrible. I don't even know how I would get to like evolving them to Gyarados. Because usually
you can take him to daycare.
I guess, but
You have to,
I would
right?
still need to get him leveled.
Yeah, I
like
know.
while I have him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, but that's one of my thoughts. Is like that. I was between I'm between that idea or like trying to do a randomizer because I've never done a randomizer either.
It'd be interesting if Star Wars did like
A Pokemon game. We talked about that. I don't know if it would
not
work.
a Pokemon game. I was thinking like Eric mentioned before, like a GTA or like a Cyberpunk style game
Yeah.
where like you're in the underworld.
Yeah, like
I would
13,
like-
13
that would
kinda
be
had,
cool.
like that idea.
Was that what that was supposed to be?
It was going to be kind of underworldy in the
Yeah.
way that it was going to be. But I don't know if it was going to be like a GTA thing or anything.
1313.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is if we got 1313, I'm not convinced we would have gotten the Mandalorian, because 1313, I think eventually ends up that it's like they revealed later because it got canceled. Like it's a Boba Fett game.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think that it would have like kind of taken people's Mandalorian imagination a different way,
Elsewhere.
and that might have never happened. Certainly, you probably wouldn't have gotten the Book of Boba Fett the way you do now. You know.
Yeah.
So
Or maybe
blessing and a curse.
Book of Boba Fett was what 1313 was supposed to be.
Maybe. Yeah.
We ready for questions?
Sure, Rick.
Miss Timmy Fantastico found out last week while the Capitol was under siege that I was losing my job. Had it for 7 years. I'm not sure what I want to do now. Thought about starting my own business, but in such uncertain times, was it scary to start Blind Wave? How long before you did it full time?
Sorry about that news.
Yeah. It wasn't scary to start it. It was scary to go full time. Like we started it because we were going to do it anyway.
We started
We
it
just filmed it.
mostly as a hobby kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just fun, you know. The response and the growth of it is what's like, maybe we could try to do this, but you know, it started out with like, look, I don't have a wife and child or kids, right? You know, like Aaron does. So maybe I'll quit my job first, see if we make it happen, and then if we can grow to the point, and then it's less risky for Aaron. But even then, it was super risky, you know? If anything, Rick had it the best way.
He
So
did.
already working out. when you joined.
Did. We were already a business at the point almost, you know? Like we were going,
Yeah.
been going for a little bit.
I
But
also gave up the best job, though.
Yeah, but you have to, you know, because you know, so many people will come up to me like, "Oh yeah, my son wants to be a YouTuber. You know, what's you got to do?" Like, you know, like there's a magic answer to do that. But one of the main answers is that expect not to make any money for a very long time.
It's like any business. Like, don't expect to make money for 5 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, do it because you enjoy it, you know, but not so much that you're gonna burn out either. A lot of people that like try and make their hobby a job will soon realize like, oh, maybe I don't like that as much as I thought I did.
Yeah.
I just didn't
If
do it
you-
enough. You know?
If you make your hobby your job,
Yeah.
then there's the obligation, I have to do this whether I like it or not. Then it's not so much about relaxation as like you've changed it into something that it
Yeah.
didn't used to be.
like I remember when we started, like I was still working on Radio Shack and doing it like whenever I could, right?
Yeah.
But then whenever Radio Shack shut down, I was like, well, this might be a good time for me to try doing this that we've already been kind of doing this. Maybe if I put more effort into this, I can try to help push it and do more and
Yeah.
help with editing and whatever else. But during that time, like there was hardships at home because Melanie was working a lot and she was bringing in whatever money we had
Yeah.
where I wasn't bringing in any money or anything.
Yeah.
So I was like on a time frame of like, I need to try to get this going and doing something, or I might not be able to keep doing this, you
Yeah.
know? So
And then
she
personally,
was a lot of help though, trying to keep it
Oh,
going.
yeah,
and
absolutely.
was nice enough to let me try.
yeah. Yeah. And personally for me, in terms of how do you keep going when doing it, is like, because burnout is a very real thing. You can just feel like, oh, fuck it, I just got to do this again, or you're just tired of it. But with like the four of us, if I ever feel burnout, I have the added responsibility of like, you guys are there. So like, you can pick up the slack if I'm slacking, or I could feel like, well, if I fuck up, then I'm going to fuck them up, and I don't want to fuck them up, so I'm going to push harder, you know?
Yeah.
So that certainly helps as well. I can imagine doing it by yourself. Burnout is a lot easier to feel,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
imagine
even
so.
doing what we do now, I've had times like, damn it, the weekend's over, I got to go to work. You know, like,
Yeah.
But it's also the best job I've had
True.
out of multiple jobs that I've had. You know,
Yeah.
like I do enjoy what we do. It's just a matter of like sometimes it's like, oh, I have the weekend. Nice.
It's certainly the most committed I've ever been to a job. It's the most hours I've ever put into a job, the most work I've ever put into a job. And I had some hard fucking jobs, like on the farm. I'm including that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but just in terms of like all encompassing, it feels like it can be pretty all encompassing. But I don't know. I you know, there's a certain amount of luck to it. There's a certain amount of like skill and trying to put good stuff out there. But I always caution someone that's interested in trying it that like, you know, especially in times like now, you just gotta be careful what your risk is gonna be. You don't want to, you know. I at the point when we started this didn't really have much to lose. I have a lot more to lose now, you know.
Yeah.
So if I had to start over right now, I might go to a more conventional job or something, you know.
Yeah.
So
I would also say too, probably like finding ways to adapt is a good thing too.
yeah,
Like have like what your goal is of your business, because I don't want to assume that you're like, oh, I'm talking about going into YouTube or
No,
Twitch,
of
something like
course,
that, but
yeah.
like in whatever your business is too, like try things out and see if they're working. But if they're not working, try to brainstorm other ways of like adapting and like what's working and what could we do differently.
Mm-hmm.
And that can help to grow and change a few things, or hopefully better whatever's not working into something that at least kind of works.
yeah,
Yeah.
Until you
And
find
if,
other things, you know. It's
if
just,
something is successful enough, but it's not growing, then maybe you need to look somewhere else and see what other places that you can grow.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my thought is like, don't be stubborn and like this is how it has to be.
Yeah.
Try to be somewhat flexible with what it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Aaron's giving advice on not being stubborn.
Hey,
I'm not stubborn. I'm never not gonna be stubborn. Double negative.
It's true.
stubborn. Difference between stubborn and right, Rick.
James,
You couldn't even keep it in.
what were your favorite or best subjects at school, and your least or worst?
Favorite subjects that wasn't like extracurricular was like English, and my worst was math. Science was like in the middle.
Science and history were my favorites. Math, algebra is not my favorite, but I love geometry. So it's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know. I don't know what my least favorite was probably math, just because I didn't get to do geometry all the time.
I had a teacher named Mr. Von Kennel. We called him Mr. VK, and he recognized, I thought, that like a certain like group in like, you know, in his class there was like a bunch of my friends like together, you know, and he recognized that like, oh, they're a bunch of little nerds. So he made us read The Hobbit. Right? It was like
Okay.
it was like the book that we had to read.
Was this
like,
for English?
It was for English. And that was like the first time I'd ever like, I can't wait to do my book report.
Yeah.
Like I can't wait to talk about this because I had already like read Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
And I already loved The Hobbit, you know, and really fostered that feeling of like, you know, I'm not the best student, but I always did very well in art class, but that doesn't really count because no one gives a shit. But I could do pretty well in like, you know, book reports and analyzing stories, and that's literally what I do for my job now. So, kind of a lot to Mr. VK.
Yeah. My least favorite was handwriting, art, and Spanish. And
Yeah.
my most favorite was everything else.
Gotcha.
I loved school.
Everything else.
Yeah.
My favorite was probably math. I was usually good with math and usually had fun with that. The probably my least favorite was English, I think. I didn't mind like all the extracurricular stuff. I loved like drama and stuff like that too and whatnot. But yeah, probably out like the main classes was probably math. Science was kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm like the reverse of like whoever was it you that was like right like English, science in the middle, math was worse.
Yeah.
I'm probably like the flip of that.
No,
The math was best.
I was
science was kind
terrible
of in
at
the
math.
middle, and then English was probably my least favorite subject.
I was in my math class. I was in with the people in the grade below me when I was in high school. It was like advanced placement for people 2 years back. No, I always sucked at math. Like if I would, my teacher would get pissed off because she'd look at my notes or the margins of all of my worksheets had just doodles all over them. I just couldn't focus on math.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always had A's, except for I think it was my senior year or junior year, one of the two. I can't remember what it was. I had a D in my like algebra class or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And that was because I refused to do my homework.
Really?
Because I was like, what's the point of my homework? I'm getting A's on
Yeah.
all the tests. This homework it's just busy work. I already understand what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I'm ahead of what we're doing.
I hate homework.
I was like, why do I have to do
as a
this? It's like, well,
concept,
you got to
I
do
hate
it. If you don't turn it in, I'm going to have to give you a low grade. And I'm like, all right. And I
Yeah.
didn't do it for like a quarter. So one quarter, I got a D.
Yeah.
And that was the lowest grade I ever had in math. But I was like, I would have had an F, but all the A's from my tests outweighed what the cost of the homework were.
And because of that, when you went to college and like,
No one there cared about homework.
low in math.
Do what?
I said I thought because of that, weren't you like placed low in math?
No, I took a
Starting in
test.
college?
They did those placement test things.
Yeah.
And they placed me in college English, but they placed me in like lower than high school math.
Yeah, I remember you got placed in
I was in like a
math for some reason.
my first college math class was a pre-algebra class, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I went and talked to like one of the teachers and tried to get out of it, and they're like, they said, I forget what they said, and they're like, we'll base it on this, and they're like, oh no, sorry, you gotta take this, and I was like, all right, well, I'm not coming. She's like, well, I just need you to do the tests. So I would just go for the last half hour it was like once a week for 4 hours or something like that, and I'm like, well, I'm not coming here for 4 hours to do this. Is a waste of my time. So I would go for the last half hour, take the test, and leave, and I would ace all of those. That was the biggest waste of my time I ever had. It was terrible. And then the next year I ended up being in like, I don't know, something with like Melanie, who had been taking college math classes already, and we were doing like logs and shit, like much higher than whatever it was before. Where it's like, here's multiplication and a squared, b squared. I understand this shit. This is stupid.
Polynomials.
Oh, it was so dumb. But yeah, that was my.
Yeah, I never failed a class. Like math was my worst, but I feel like I got like C's in math. I would generally get B's and A's and everything else. But the only thing I ever failed was, man, it was like elementary school. There was one year we got a brand new teacher in the school, and everybody in our class was D or F. Like so much so that like the parents like went to the principal and like she wasn't teaching us anymore. Yeah.
I can't think if I ever.
Was your
failed.
entire class bad?
No. We had like, I know one kid that was like a fucking genius. Did you guys have anybody in your class that like the way their handwriting was so perfect it was like they were typing?
No.
Yes.
No.
We had someone like that. She was
Jesse's?
Who?
I think Jesse's handwriting was like that, wasn't it?
You're talking about back at Bartlett?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't remember.
the
I
girl
remember-
in my
I remember,
class
like,
that could do that was like, she skipped like 2 grades and perfect grade point average and perfect attendance and all that stuff. But I mean, she was failing in that thing, like it was the fault of the teacher, not the kids. Like there was no curve, to grade on.
Should be no curves, Eric.
I know. Well,
I agree.
reality, Rick.
I also hate homework.
Are you trying to set me
No,
up for
I
the
mean-
inevitable all
I get-
work is home?
I get you. Like homework, a lot of the homework, busy work stuff is unless you're going for the homeschool joke. But, a lot of the homework and busy work stuff I hate. I get the idea of like,
I hate homework for you guys. Like, yeah, all of my schooling was homework.
yeah.
But like I did through the day what you guys did through the day, and then you guys came home and you had more work to do.
Yeah.
Dude, in high school, I
And it
just
was-
couldn't do homework.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to leave from the house at like 6:30 in the morning, do chores in the morning too, leave, drive, however long it is from Whipple to Beverly, 35 minutes.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
School all day, and then football for 2 hours after, and then ride the activity bus home, which the activity bus went all over the place and ended
Yeah.
at Lower Salem. I get home like at 8:30 or 9, 3 hours of chores at night, and by the time I get in and I have to do like an hour of homework, I can't do that. So I would do it like on the bus or on breakfast the next day.
Yeah.
But like it was terrible.
Till I got to college, I was able to do most of my homework before I got home. Because I would like do the last class's homework in the next class. Like while listening to lectures or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember my sister. She always like would take forever on the homework, and it just seemed terrible.
I remember my last football game. Like, 'cause as soon as that game was over, we lost terribly. We lost by like 60 points, Rick.
That's
But
pretty bad.
we were all so happy because it was like done. You know, you don't have to go to practice anymore. You don't have to do that anymore. Like, you know, I didn't have any ambition to go on and play football.
Sure.
But like we lost by we were losing so bad that, and it was raining so hard that the whole field was just mud. It was like no grass left, and we were just having fun, you know.
Yeah.
But I remember going off the field thinking like, man, maybe I can do better in school now, because I actually have time to do it, you know.
Sure.
Did our internet go down?
Did it? No, I don't think so.
Okay. Just
I'm not
checking.
sure.
Twitch was down for me.
Yeah, Twitch is buffering.
I'm all good.
Is chat good? Can you guys still hear us?
Hello. We are good? Okay,
Yusuf.
good.
Okay. I
morning
can't get
stuff.
Twitch to restart.
No, yeah. Twitch
Weird.
is buffering for me.
Cool. Good.
Good
But anyway,
times.
yeah, good
Not
times.
my fault.
Not your fault.
Yeah, it's always good when it's
It
not our
wasn't your fault last week either, Rick.
Lee Wick.
See, Rick understands being blamed for something that you can't control. Happens to me all the time.
Like
I don't
when?
even care about the blame part of it. It's more just being happy that it's not my fault. Like, I don't have to be stressed about it. It's out of my hands.
They told me they
You
fixed
know?
it. Yeah, I get you.
Lee Wick, have you guys seen the Mario 3D World plus Bowser Fury trailer update? I did.
I have not.
Looks pretty cool. I haven't gotten a chance to.
Like a newer one more recently?
It's been this week, certainly.
Oh, no, I haven't
Sure.
seen one from this week, no.
I never got to play Mario 3D World.
Yeah.
I never had a 3DS, so
Wasn't on the Wii U?
never had a Wii U.
Are we certain the internet's good? Because chat has stopped, and
I mean, it could be a Twitch thing.
I can't refresh.
Like this.
Someone
says
just said, yep, we're good. Yes.
Yeah, this says it's all fine.
Okay.
Okay.
The bitrate still looks good.
Well, you have new messages that I don't.
Message. Maybe our internet's slowly dying. And Calvin's,
Maybe. I mean, like,
Calvin's
I'm
the
seeing
farthest
chat.
away, so it's
I'm seeing
last
chat,
time
but
I
the
had
video
the,
isn't
I had the
going.
internet the latest. Remember?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I don't
Well,
know.
But yeah, I'm excited to give that game a try.
Yeah. I just saw a picture of the Bowser thing. And I was like, it's Calamity Bowser. Because it reminded me of Calamity Ganon.
Shiraz Saeed, why is the channel still not verified on YouTube?
I don't know. I think it's one of those things that you have to like apply for and like
Thought it
really
was.
push it through.
We definitely did the website thing. I don't know.
Yeah, we were working on it, and I think it was one of those things whenever YouTube upgraded its UI that, like, I don't know, maybe we got to try it again because that the UI, like, it was got lost or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
But maybe at 1 million, they'll give us a verified check.
Well, it took us forever to get like the partner as well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the person you're supposed to be able to talk to resolve issues with. Like that took way longer than it was supposed to.
Took us a while to get our 100K
Button?
button.
The button. Yeah.
thing.
The play button.
The belly button?
No.
But yeah, I mean, you know, I definitely see value of having that check mark on something like Twitter, you know.
Yeah.
But YouTube, it's just about searchability. It doesn't matter if you have a check or not, you know.
This is definitely Blind Wave.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they have the videos. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's so many people that take our videos.
Yeah, but we have more of the videos.
Yeah, we have like
We have
6,000.
all the videos. How many do we have?
Crown Blade.
6290.
Yeah,
That's how many videos we have.
it's insane.
Yeah. Crown Blade. You guys ever see the movie Frailty?
Nope.
Nope.
Frailty. No, I have not.
I feel like I have.
I don't know what it is.
I gotta look it up. Frailty is.
They didn't drink their milk.
Nope. Never seen it.
Mas Casa, can I recommend The Duelist for a movie poll? Ridley Scott's first film. And given the love of dueling from Hamilton, definitely be a fun watch for you all.
Send the Duelist.
Talking dueling like shooting.
10 dual commandments.
Wait,
10 dual
Frailty is
commandments.
directed by Bill Paxton?
Number one is challenge to man's satisfaction.
Who stars?
Bill Paxton.
Action number 2.
I do think Bill Paxton's in it. I think Matthew McConaughey is in it.
Really?
Powers Booth,
Powers Booth.
Powers Booth.
Matt O'Leary, Jerry Sumter.
Powers Booth as well.
I don't know any of these other people.
Bye. Tombstone.
Oh, is that who that is?
Ronan says music in both ears is like music playing inside your head.
Well, good for you.
Instead of it coming from right here, Eric,
Yeah.
it comes from like right in the center of your head.
Yeah. Interesting. What's it like to tell direction by hearing? To me, that's like telling direction by taste.
What's it like to be able to tell direction, Eric?
It's pretty nice.
It's like that, but with sound rather than a feeling.
Yeah. But what's your excuse? No, I'm
Eric,
kidding.
you know what it's like whenever you like just do this?
Oh, God!
Yeah, I do.
Right.
Everything's terrible.
I'm so sorry, Chad.
And then you like, oh, it's this way, right?
Yeah.
We just don't have to spin.
Aaron,
It's the same
that was a terrible. Ooh,
Was it my jacket?
Yeah. Mostly your
I
jacket.
think
You also
it-
just plowed right into it.
I think it was my jacket, but oh well. But no, like it's just like you have to spin around to find a direction.
I do.
We-
And hopefully the sound is either continuing or I'm fucked.
whenever you do that, are you like, oh, it's over there? Or are you still not certain?
Like, if it's just one singular sound, I'm not certain. If it's an airplane, I can do that. Because it's going.
Well, yeah.
You have to,
It can't just be like a
ear
beep,
at it
and
like
that's it.
this,
No.
and you can like hear where it is, or do you like
Like, if
hear,
you put me in the
like a 90-degree area?
Put me in the
where it
middle
is,
of the
and then you
room,
look for it?
right? Blindfolded in the middle of the room, and then throw something that makes a loud noise somewhere in the room. I can't tell where it's coming from.
So you're
only
saying
maybe
that-
how far away it
That
is.
we should have had you do the.
I couldn't have done what you did.
the D&D challenge.
It would have been hilarious. But if when Rick like almost hit you when he threw that thing, I would be like, ha! And I just would have thrown it out the door, out the window, or something.
Yeah, throwing it through the window. Like I got something.
We should
No.
do it the other way around, where like we have you trying to like listening. It might-
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a 100% failure. I guess there's
maybe not.
I guess I could have the same rate as chance.
I suppose, but
Yeah.
maybe you do better. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I know what we should do. We should have Rick sit in the passenger seat of a car, blindfolded, and we start
What?
off at we start off at a location that he knows.
You don't have to blindfold me, Calvin.
No. Start off at a location he knows, and try to get him somewhere else that he knows. It's like, okay, we're at an intersection. There's a straight ahead, and there's a right-hand turn. Which way do we go? And just see where we end up.
Do that without him blindfolded. You'd probably get lost too.
I mean, maybe, but he would know where, like, at what point he is lost. I would like to see how far he can go before, like, will we end up in like, Parkersburg?
I was driving home from the Renaissance Fair. I ended up in West Virginia.
He
The
was
Renaissance
An
Fair.
hour into West Virginia.
Hang on. He left my house and ended up in Lowell, coming home to Marietta. That's not even that far.
It's
Like, there's no reason to not know where you are.
it's like a. It's like
We-
90 degrees separated from where he was traveling.
We
right?
walked a block from our hotel to Subway, and when we left, he went the wrong way. A block.
It's not that you don't know where you're
hotel's right
going.
there.
You can see the hotel across the street.
That's the thing. It's not that he doesn't know where he's going. It's that he doesn't give a shit. He just keeps walking.
He's so certain that it's that way, you know what
Like,
I
if I don't know
Rick
where I'm
was
going,
dropped off in front of this
I don't want to
building.
move until I figure it out. But you're just like, we'll try this direction. Maybe it's it. But that's
Rick was-
exactly how I hear things.
Yeah.
Rick was dropped off in front of this building, and he walked almost 2 blocks before he realized that he wasn't there.
Like, why'd you draw me so far away?
Yeah.
You were outside the door.
It's like, wait a minute. That's the courthouse.
But yeah, I mean, it also depends on how much ambient noise there is too. Like, if I'm by myself and there's nothing, and then something over here gets dropped, I'm probably gonna hear it just muffled. But like, if we go to that, the Scare Factory in Akron, and it's, like a lot of ambient noise. I mean, those motherfuckers were screaming.
Yeah.
Ah! Walked right by them.
Well, you didn't even look at him.
I know, and that's not an act. I can't hear them.
Yeah.
Because there's too much ambient noise.
I love Maggie's quote. I need this on a shirt. When you are always lost, there's no reason to change direction.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah.
What?
Confucius said that, I think.
You guys need that on a shirt for your lost
Our
reaction.
lost reactions, we do.
It's true.
Always lost.
Light. Have you guys seen YouTube vids of misheard anime lyrics? Good lord, those things will get you laughing. Definitely. I need to find one for Berserks.
I should have done this.
I shaved my face.
But only on one side.
That was an actual lyric.
That
though,
was
right?
was the actual lyrics. Yes.
What do you guys think of the first Attack on Titan episode? You can see the reaction.
It's in
Yeah.
the thingy.
We talk about it.
Yeah,
It looks good.
we did. I sometimes find that weird. You ever find it weird?
And then people watch the reaction itself and not the discussion.
I don't know if it's that or if it is that, but there's been times like, hey, what do you
Like
think of this? I'm like, well, we watched it and we talked. I talk about all I thought about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get other
we
thoughts,
know
I
the
guess,
metrics of the drop off of how many people watch the reaction and then close out
I
of
don't
the
know.
video.
Sometimes
But
I
if you
wonder
care
if
enough
it's
to
a-
ask the question,
I
The what?
know. It's
you know.
it's like they want the cliff notes.
maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've wondered that sometimes of like,
We liked it. There it is.
it's good. But
Yeah.
I thought about that before. I feel like I usually try to get everything I think about, but there is some times where I'm like, you know, after I thought about it a little bit longer, then like, you know, maybe that's something like that happens.
Yeah.
Or sometimes like you didn't make the connection immediately, and
Sure.
the next week you want to talk about that.
There's also
Sure.
an unfair part of me sometimes when like we spend an hour and a half talking about something, and then I'm talking to like my brother or someone else like not at Blind Wave, and they ask me about it. I'm like, I just talked about this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're like, what the fuck? I don't watch your shit. You know, it's like, yeah, you're right, but I'm just like, I've gotten that, like that's my work, and I do that, and then I just want to turn my brain off sometimes. So
See, I don't
Carmen
have-
does that too.
I do
when
that.
She wants to talk about like Expanse
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, no, it was really good. What'd you think about this? I was like, I liked it. What'd you think about this? It's
yeah.
like,
Happens with me and Maggie.
I don't get that. Melanie never talks to me about TV shows.
well, that's the difference.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, sometimes too, like she can, like we've watched movies before and she doesn't remember the movie. Like she'll forget it.
Yeah?
She can almost
Yeah.
watch a movie again. Like it's weird.
Is she on her phone?
I once got in trouble for a movie where I'm like, oh man, remember this movie? She goes, I never seen this movie before.
Yeah.
She's like, I was like, what? We saw it in theaters. She goes, must have been with your ex.
Oh
and
my
I got in trouble for it.
gosh.
I'm like, Melanie, this didn't come out until
Oh my
2012 when
gosh.
Coulson was born. You know, like
That
But
happens
no,
all the
I did
time.
that with Jancy. Like, she would claim shows like, you can't react to this. We watched this together, so
Yeah.
we have something that we could talk about like with a television show. You know?
yeah.
We've done that. That was Attack on Titan. Until I realized how amazing it was, and I wanted to be those reactions.
Oof.
But no, I mean, that was Arrow stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of that I watched with Melanie before we did reactions, so that was some of it. And it was like, well, now there's that, and like you already do all that, and so I don't know. I gotta find other stuff. Always trying to find other shows.
Chris, why doesn't Aaron watch Vikings anymore?
He hates it.
A B. That's why.
That's right.
Well, it wasn't the B, but
I mean,
back in the day, the thing was like I was in a lot of stuff, and I was trying to get other things done, and I had no time for it, and that was my least favorite show that we were watching at the time. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna not be in this anymore, so I can work on these things.
Yeah, me and Calvin were just talking today. Like, Vikings has really high highs, but it has some low lows too.
it has some really low
So-
lows, but man, it had a high today.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Fuck.
But there's times where I sit down to do Vikings where I'm like, man, gotta do Vikings. But I'm glad when that but I felt like that way about like The Walking Dead at a certain point. Fucking, I do Walking Dead. And sometimes it's really good. I'm like, hell yeah. And sometimes I'm like, all right, well,
Sure.
But I never
So-
felt like that with like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No.
You know, like there's certain shows where I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to
Yeah.
see what
I
happens
certainly
next.
don't feel that way about like
Cobra Kai.
the Cobra Kai or The Expanse now and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it only happens with longer shows too.
Yeah.
I feel like shorter shows, even if they're not great, it's
Like,
20
it's
minutes,
done.
Like
Yeah.
Naruto.
and you're in and out. I wouldn't say that.
I'm joking.
But no, I think it was just like there was a mixture of just things that like it's okay, but it wasn't like I wasn't super excited every
Yeah.
episode or anything to watch it, and there was just other business stuff that I was wanting to get done. And since I was in so much of the time already, because like at the time, like like Calvin, I know was not in like the Arrowverse stuff, but I was in the Arrowverse stuff. But then the things that like I didn't have a lot that I wasn't in, so I was like, I'm gonna not be in this so I can do this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I never caught back up or anything to rejoin in or anything.
No, the only thing that I can say about the B is because of the circumstances about what happened,
Ah.
it turned a terrible moment into such a great reaction.
One of the best things ever happened
So
to us.
It's one of the greatest reaction moments ever.
We had a moment very similar in the latest Doctor Who reaction as well.
yeah.
I don't think this is true, but I like to imagine that when that happened, Aaron walked off the reaction and just never came back.
Never came back. But I mean, there are moments like me and Calvin are currently watching the new season of Vikings. Like that first episode was so good.
So
but there's been
unbelievably
moments
good.
where I'm like, I just turn to Calvin like, I don't give a shit
Yeah.
about anything happening in this setting with these characters. I don't care.
It's like there's no sequence of events that I could foresee that could make me care about it.
Like there's been moments where I'm like,
yeah.
and then it switches to like another location. I'm like, you know, that's how it's been.
This is where I care.
yeah.
All right, last question here, then I'll get into bits and donations. I will probably be on a plane by the time you guys answer questions, but I want to say I'm hyped for WandaVision. What kind of sitcom would be the worst to live in?
Sitcom?
The sitcom to be the worst to live
Groundhog
in.
Day?
That's not a
Not a sitcom.
sitcom.
Mash?
Calvin, jeez.
MASH would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like
Hogan's
Red
Heroes.
I never saw
That's a
Hogan's
sitcom. That's a
Heroes.
sitcom.
It's
So like
yeah.
we're looking at like
it's kind of sitcom.
I Love Lucy and Brady Bunch,
Friends,
and-
Seinfeld.
You know, this is a very
Friends,
interesting
Three's a
question,
Company.
and I bet you we're going to get answers to this type of question tomorrow when we do WandaVision. Because that's launching tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it
And
comes
that
out
kind of
tonight.
has like a
Yeah.
sitcom reality living in thing going on.
Well, that's why they said like I'm excited for WandaVision.
Yeah.
Like that's part of the thing.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm excited for that. I kind of just forgot WandaVision's coming out tonight.
They say in the question, Eric,
I forgot. I was already thinking my answer. I said MASH. Immediately.
MASH.
Yep.
Is MASH a sitcom?
yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
I mean, it's more of a sitcom than I guess Groundhog Day.
I also
But
couldn't
Groundhog
stand...
Day is a comedy, and it's a terrible situation.
But
I thought that was the
that's-
question.
No, a sitcom's like a TV show.
No, yeah.
Like best 15 sitcoms of all time. What we got here? Parks and Rec, The Simpsons.
Yeah.
That count?
It
It's
does.
a sitcom.
South
Yeah.
Park,
The status quo never changes.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, BoJack Horseman, Seinfeld, Freaks and Geeks, Arrested Development, The Office, It's Always Sunny.
I don't think I could stand to be in the world of The Big Bang Theory.
If I had to work for
No,
Michael
yeah,
Scott,
I agree.
that would be the worst.
The Marvelous
That's a
Mrs.
gem.
Maisel, Cobra Kai,
Depends how much you like your job.
Friends, Gravity Falls, and Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty, depending on where you are, might be the worst sitcom to be in.
Depending on what
Like,
reality.
if you
yeah.
were Jerry,
I don't know.
or
You could be.
just one of the many, many civilizations that have been destroyed by Rick.
Not this Rick.
No,
All
yeah.
right, Aaron, you got a bunch of exercises for some strange reason. I don't know if you want to get to these while I start reading out bits and donations.
There's always a bunch of exercises.
You got.
And then grubs have to push more.
Grubs? What do you mean?
Your mom's like, give Aaron exercises. Like I didn't already have it.
You got squats from Cleveland Steamroller. You also have squats from Maxman1. Aaron, because it's your fault. Chazzy Black Onyx push-ups for Aaron. Damn it, Aaron. And Chazzy Black Onyx push-ups.
All of them say, damn it, Aaron, or it's your fault. That's all.
For
That's what they
Aaron.
all say.
This is why everything is your fault. So you have got 20 push-ups and 20 squats.
Goodness.
As I go back in time and start reading off some bits and donations. Quite a few today. Oh, that's because follows are
No.
here.
I liked you dipping in and out of frame, and I like the guy that's standing behind you breaking down boxes.
He is breaking down boxes. Yeah, a giant pile of boxes he has to do.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's got to break them down and put them in the baler.
That guy is being streamed to almost 500 people right now.
Yeah. He
He
doesn't
has
even
no
know.
idea. Everybody,
Bandana man.
look at this man and his work. Make him a meme
There you go, Aaron.
somehow. I don't know.
Give him some camera
We'll have
space.
to edit him out of the podcast when it goes live on YouTube.
We'll have to.
Pin him out.
Just blur
Yeah.
him.
We need to blur
Oh
him
no,
so
look
we
at
don't
that
have to pay-
naked
we
man
don't have
back
to-
there.
We don't have to pay him. Hey, will you sign a release?
Is Boxman a hint? Ooh, that'd be very good.
That would be a good hint.
If like the week that I'm out of work,
Oh my God, we need to do
I
a
stand
hint
back
where you
there
have
as a
something on
hint,
the building
holding up
over
like a
there.
sign.
Do.
That'd be great.
That's a great idea.
Huh?
I said we need to do like in a hint hunt. There's just something on the building in the background somewhere.
background?
Like 420 cam. If you go to 420 cam, you can kind of see over here. We need to like paint something so you can see out the window, and that's a hint.
Actually,
And now that
People
we
are
said
like-
it, we obviously can't do it.
Write this down.
Chad is joking saying zoom and enhance, but I could zoom and enhance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's see if he can
there's-
how far he can zoom without it being like, oh, we're invading this man's privacy. Hopefully he's not peeing. Is he
Do
peeing?
it. No, he's not peeing. He's
Okay.
breaking down boxes.
I could do it on Calvin's camera, or should I do it on Aaron's camera?
Aaron's camera.
Either one, I guess.
All right, here we go.
You have a better angle.
Yep, this is that man.
Oh no, butt crack.
Holy shit, Rick! That goes so.
It goes
He's
pretty
got
far.
earrings.
Why are we using these for webcams? That's crazy, Aaron. Wow, you just did like 30 sit-ups. Or
Oh man,
you're done.
that guy is killing it for his first stream.
I can't believe. Okay. Anyway,
It has 20 power optical zoom.
yeah. Well, now that we've invaded this man's privacy, we move on.
All right.
Enhance, they say. Oh no.
420 cam. We have to see Aaron's push-ups.
Hang on. There we go.
That guy has so many boxes. Okay.
He's just dumping them out on the ground.
Yep.
All right, let me get
All right,
back to
they
it.
can
Here,
see you,
Hilding.
Aaron.
200
Hilding.
bits.
Actually
Weekly
do it.
loving.
Weekly loving.
I did 10.
No, I got.
The Ginger Avenger, 11 months. Happy Thursday, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Muddy Badger,
Happy
resubscribed for 6 months.
Thank you.
You can just lower your desk.
Franklin Lowe, 15 months. Hello, Blind Wave.
Thank you, Franklin.
Thank you, Franklin.
Ryan Whittleson, 28 months. Happy sub anniversary to me.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Calder Robin, 19 months.
Thank you, Calder Robin.
Thank you.
Garrick Loran, 41 months.
Whoa. Thank you, Garrick Loran.
It's almost 42 months.
Thank you.
It is almost 42 months.
Marvelous JJ, 7 months.
Thank you,
Thank you, JJ.
JJ.
Good as gold, 9 months. Blind Wave Baby, thanks for your amazing reactions that bring so much joy to us all. You rock.
Black White Baby.
Baby.
Man, I want a rocks.
I want
Moonady
rocks.
I miss it so much.
I want to rocks.
Miss Timmy Fantastico, 100 bits.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Timmy.
Thank you.
You need to keep those bits to yourself. You find it, your job situation is figured
Secured.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dickus Bickus, 24 months. So ready for WandaVision. Let's go.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Dickus.
Tattoo Mo, gifted 5 subs.
Bickus. Thank you, Tattoo Mo.
Thank you.
Camera Tagius, 300 bits. Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, everyone.
Wargaria, 11 months. That's like almost a year.
Yes.
Very nearly.
Danikin, 6 months. Amazing content, guys. Is there any updates on the Star Wars podcast? Looking forward to it. And a bunch of letters. I don't know what they mean. MTFBWY.
May the force be with you.
Jesus, Rick.
That's why I'm
Man,
going on the
context.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
I knew it. That's why.
Yeah, Star Wars podcast. Aaron and I both have Light of the Jedi that we're reading,
Yes.
but who knows when we'll be able to do it because we want to have a good setup.
I'm only like
We're giving Aaron a year
15 minutes into the book.
to
Yep.
get through it.
15 minutes.
Yeah, that's what my book audio
Gotcha.
thing said. What?
Are you through the prologue?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was 10 minutes.
Okay.
No, I think there was like a 2-minute prologue.
Lanky Rambo, 9 months. It's only been 9 months. Crazy. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rambo.
Love you.
Love you too.
You're like pre-Rocky.
You know what would be absolutely crazy?
What?
There's been people that have been like, holy, like they'll be watching a video of ours and be like, holy shit, you guys are in Marietta, because we would say Marietta, you know. I'm in Marietta. Like, what if that guy watches Blind Wave, has no idea we're in Marietta,
In this building.
and sees himself tearing down boxes?
Zoomed in onto a.
Oh my gosh.
Zoomed into him. Could
no
you
way.
imagine the feeling of like serendipity that you'd have?
Yeah.
That would
You
be
know?
amazing.
Yeah, it
I mean, it's not gonna happen, but
It would
if
be
it
funny
happened-
if every Thursday he's like,
Yeah.
boss, can I please throw away the boxes, please, please?
Exactly.
He just wants to be on camera.
Come on, boss.
I
Lot
would
of
just
boxes.
love the idea that I've watched you guys for 3 years. You work there.
He starts cutting up the boxes and making signs.
Right? He like takes a Sharpie marker.
Do
and
more
draws,
Naruto.
like, Do Naruto a week.
He starts dancing.
Subs, you plebs.
Oh, that's funny.
Super Jordan, resubscribed for 5 months.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Jordan.
Jordan.
That's super.
Jojery, resubscribed for the first time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joe.
Thank you.
Sandman, 245 bits. Hey guys, I'm finally able to watch the podcast live for the first time in months, so here's all of my bits.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for the bits.
Completely hollow-fied, 2 months.
Hello-fied.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello-fied.
G. Paul, resubscribed for 17 months. I almost sharded today. Scary moment.
It is.
Oh, what was the
It
scary
happens.
moment that almost made you shart?
No, it's just like, it could have been like, oh man, I gotta
He
fart.
just trusted the wrong thing.
I'm gonna fart. Oh, shit.
Never ever trust a fart.
Yep.
Tony, 100 bits. Hey guys, I want to say love you guys. I've watched you for 3 years. Just wanted to say you should consider Scott Pilgrim for movie poll or Baby Driver.
I think we've all already seen Scott Pilgrim. Right?
I've seen Scott Pilgrim.
I've seen.
Believe so, yes.
He loves garlic bread.
I haven't seen it that much to know that. He has some girlfriends,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that the premise?
Yep, pretty
He
much.
has a girlfriend, and then she has some boyfriends.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the
I was
other
going to
way.
let him be
Well-
misled.
See, doesn't he actually have like one steady girlfriend and then the girl that he's interested in?
I don't know.
Because he's like, doesn't he get bored of the one girl because she's like safe or whatever?
And
He
yeah, you're
sees
right.
this
It
other
is
girl.
exes, not just boyfriends, because
Yeah.
there's multiple.
X's and
Moscasa, 1,000 bits.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mascasa.
Thank you.
Kevy, 1998, 50 bits. Hey guys, longtime viewer since Flash Season 2. Just want to let you guys know you're awesome. Love your reactions. Really appreciate the discussions after the shows. I watch movies/shows based on your recommendations. Currently going through Bly Manor and One Punch Man Season 2.
Ooh.
Also Spartacus because Eric recommended.
I love
one
Spartacus.
podcast. Keep being awesome. Hoping you guys are well.
We will kill them all.
Yes. Aaron recommends Spartacus as well, don't you?
It's pretty good.
Eh.
Mascasa with another 1,600 bits.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Mascasa.
Mascasa.
C double, I've officially had money of my own for 12 months and have gone drastically over every budget I've set since. I'm a great adult.
Yeah, that is adulting.
But thank you.
Thank you. Dip, resubscribed at tier 2 for 36 months. Can't believe it's almost been 3 years since I subscribed to your Twitch. I was never into watching live streams before, but you guys got me into it. Thanks for all the awesome content, even though I can't watch all of it live because of the time difference.
Understand, but thank you. We appreciate the support
Yeah,
very
thank you.
much.
Thank you. Brewski, 14 months.
Thank you, Brewski.
King Hodor, tip $3. Hey Eric, with the Smowdown draft coming up, I'm wondering if you're hoping for a certain Smowdown manager to draft you. Have any stood out to you? Have any reached out to you to inquire about your talent? Super pumped to see you in the Smowdown.
I have had a couple reach out, and I am not speaking on about who it is because we might want to keep surprises in store.
Okay.
Is it against the rules
No.
to talk about who's drafting you?
No, I've had a couple people reach out to me. It's really just them wanting to just figure out like, well, what's the level of competitive play that it could be and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I might go on the we'll see. I might go on the Certain Point of View podcast that does like Schmodown breakdowns and stuff like that, and introduce myself to more managers that way.
Cut
too.
a promo.
Cut a promo.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm excited for this. Mm-hmm. Eric Harvey, 200 bits.
Thank you, Eric Harvey.
Thank you, Eric.
BK40, resubscribed for 9 months.
BK.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the sub.
Burger King.
Fried McJibs, 7 months. Keep up the great work.
McJibs?
I think so.
McGibbs?
Is it
McGibbs?
McGibbs? Yeah, you're right. I don't know. It's supposed to be pronounced Jiff. I don't know how G's work.
We have a hype train going on too.
No, the internet
Alright.
decided it's GIF.
Train.
Guys, we're getting ready to finish once we're done with all the subs and bits. So if you keep the hype train going, and Rick will have to read more.
Indeed. Sir Knight, resubscribed for 2 months. First sub ever.
Thank you so much.
But wait.
For us or for anybody.
Thank you.
Either way.
First sub ever,
That's awesome.
first anniversary. Love the content. Got it.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Sir Knight.
Thank you.
Oh, well,
I
thank
hope
you.
your eyes are doing well.
Rollins, resubscribed for 8 months.
Thank you, Roland.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Underhand Comic, 22 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Underhand Comic.
Tori, 40 bits. Happy Thursday.
Thank you, Tori.
Thank you, Tori.
Captain Fishlip, resubscribed for 20 months. Thank you very much.
Captain fish lip.
Autistic Tomato resubscribed for 6 months. Glad to be here. Hope you're all doing well, and thank you for everything that you do.
Well, thank you,
Thank you.
Tomato.
Alex the Great gifted a sub.
Thank you,
Alex.
Alex, for the
Unique.
gifted sub.
Unique KC 500 bits. Love the new setup.
Well, good.
Thank you.
I'm glad you enjoy it. We still have some more work to do, but
Yeah.
it's getting there.
Tiab 95 subscribed for the first time.
Thank you,
you.
Tiab.
Thanks.
Old School Boy resubscribed for 11 months. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
old school boy.
Thank you.
Unique KC also 500 bits for the poor boxes getting broke.
It's still happening.
Jazz Medra 100
So many.
bits. I love you all, but if Blind Wave was an anime, my favorite character would apparently be Rick, because for some reason the anime character who always gets lost ends up being my favorite character. Zoro from One Piece, Sano from Rurouni Kenshin, Ryoga from Ranma and a Half. I don't know why. XD.
Huh.
I have not seen any of those shows.
Well, maybe this is the exception that proves the rule.
Maybe.
I definitely relate to those characters anytime I see them. Don't see them a lot in American shows. I wonder if Japanese people get more lost.
Korean.
Maybe.
What?
Sanjin. They're Korean. Racist.
What?
Rue Ryan subscribed for the first time.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Joss Pence 100 bits.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Pence.
Velvet resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you.
Thank,
Thank
you,
you.
Velvet.
Mari JNZZ subscribed for the first time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moralon gifted 5 subs.
Moralon,
you,
thank you
Moralon.
so much for the gifted subs.
Snowy with 100 bits.
Thank you,
Noe,
Mom.
thank you.
Dip with 100 bits. Hype Train.
Thank
The
you,
hype
Dip.
train.
Thank
It's still
you.
going.
It is 59. Need 10% more.
Camera
Nice.
Cagius subscribed, or gifted a sub.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Red Death gifted a sub.
Eric, you said we need 10% more. And I'm like, that doesn't get us to 100%.
It doesn't.
That's why I said nice.
Eric's stopping short.
Chris Prilio cheered 100 bits.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank
And
you.
I am at
Thank
the
you,
end
Chris
of the list.
Perillo.
There's no more.
That's it.
Blast.
That's all I got.
Yeah, we caught up.
Thank you, everyone, for watching, or for giving bits, or for giving Aaron exercises. We appreciate them all equally.
Do we?
Some more than others.
But yes.
We will see you guys tomorrow. We're streaming video games. I don't know if you've heard of them. Starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I
Yep.
like video games.
So that'll be a good time.
But will that game be as exciting as Boxman? Aaron? Yes, Boxman. Still.
coming.
Huh?
Ah, she's escaping.
And this is how we
jeez.
end.